Greetings, everybody. Hello and welcome. This is the official live stream for the PvP Championship for War Divisions, Final Fantasy Brave EXVIUS Championship 2023. Welcome to the Hourne Cup. My name is Justin. I am the community manager for the game, and I'm also one of the hosts for this tournament today. So greetings to everybody out there watching from around the world, such as Austria, Brazil, Canada, France, Germany, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Italy, Malaysia, the Netherlands, Philippines, Poland, Singapore, Sweden, the UK, the US, and everybody else out there. Thank you for joining us today. Also joining us today is the one and the only Auronnj. Thank you very much for joining Auronnj.
Yeah, my pleasure as always. I have the there's only one of these ties. This is the official
that's
PvP
right. Yes.
Championship shoutcasting tie. Busting it out for the first time ever today's tournament. So very excited about that today.
It looks very, very, very good. So yes, thank you very, very much for joining us today. This is going to be a really awesome tournament. This is our second auto battle tournament. This is the third one that we're doing overall. So yeah, pretty great stuff. This is going to be the quarterfinals that we're going to be looking at, but we'll get into all the details here very soon. So allow us to maybe just jump on in with all the information that you guys want to know from the tournament. Cool. So first up here, this is part of the Championship 2023. This is the Hourne Cup, as we said a few times already. But the War Divisions FFBE Championship 2023 is a global PvP championship that will be held over 8 months starting in April. And the first and second place winners from each auto battle qualifier and the first place winner from each manual battle qualifier will have a spot to compete in the World Finals in December. So will you be the winner of the War Divisions FFBE Championship 2023? Possibly. But we've had a few champions already. So yes, pretty great. And you may be wondering, when are the next championships going to be held? Well, let's take a look. This is the little bit of a roadmap for the rest of the year here. We've already crossed out the first two, and today is June 10th for probably all of us around the world, maybe June 11th. But our next tournament is going to be the Manual Battle Tournament, and it's going to be the Rundal Cup, it looks like, and that's going to be on July 15th. But you may be asking, when on 15th? Well, let's take a look. So this is the official tournament dates and the live stream dates and times for the rest of the year. I know time zones and everything can be a little bit confusing, but this is the information that you guys are looking for. This is the news. So this one specifically today, the Hourne Cup, is set for our European time zone, so we'll probably see a lot of fresh-faced European players out here today, but there may be other players from around the world joining as well. But if it's early morning in the US or late in Asia, that's because we're targeting the European time zones today. So hello, everybody out there in Europe. All right, so let's go over the prizes. So these are the world final prizes. And the first place winner is going to get 100,000 Visior. This is the champion of the World Finals, not today, but in December, for each auto and manual battle tournament. They will also receive a trophy, a quest featuring the Champions Party, an in-game title, and a Discord title. Runners-up are going to get 50,000 Visior, and third-place winners are going to get 25,000. Pretty great stuff, pretty great stuff. All right,
yeah, Oh, I jumped in early, but I was going to say, one, you're not only going to see a bunch of like bright-eyed European spectators out there, you're going to see a much brighter-eyed version of Justin and myself today.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
It's not it's not straight middle of the night like the last two. So I'm excited about that.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty great. Pretty great. So hope everybody's out there. We're going to be jumping in soon. Just a few more things to cover here. So let's keep on going.
Let it roll.
So next up, we've got the prizes and the gifts for the tournament today for the Hourne Cup. The first place winner is going to get Achiever of Glory 2023. This is going to be an in-game title, as you can see there, in second place, and all the other contestants are going to get a title as well. They're going to get a place in the World Finals and a Discord title, an interview towards the end, and this trophy here that you can see Hiroki showed off the trophies in our first tournament. You could see them there when he was being King Hiroki. But yeah, anyway. Second place, same thing. We get a title. We will interview the second place winner as well. Everybody gets a t-shirt and everybody gets the Throne Seeker 2023 title. Pretty great stuff. All right, so since this is an auto battle tournament, you may be wondering, what are the rules? Well, these are the match rules that we're going to be showing off today on the stream. So it is a single elimination tournament. It is, of course, going to be a friendly match. Auto is going to be on only, and the speed is going to be 1.5 times for viewing's sake, and also Auronnj's sake, because he's going to be doing the shoutcasting here. We got to keep it tolerable. So initial placement is going to be allowed, and the formations cannot change at all once they are locked into the matching. The unit cost is 240. There's no other costs other than that, compared to the manual battle tournament, which has a few other things. And yeah, so for the quarterfinals and the semifinals, we're going to be best of 3. So 2 wins in order to proceed on. And the final is going to be best of 5 for the finals only, which is going to be 3 games won.
So to give you an idea, like a 40 cost unit is an SR unit. So you could go double 100 cost SR and actually pull that off today. So I expect to see a little bit of that floating around.
Indeed. That would be interesting. We do have a lot of really great units out there. So we'll see what happens. All right, and our code of conduct here, let's go through this pretty quickly. So sportsmanship is of paramount importance to us. So to ensure a fair and safe environment, we request that players respect the rules of the game and do not cheat or exploit any unintended advantages. All matches will be recorded and judged. If any instances of unfair gameplay are discovered, one or more of the following penalty measures will be applied. We're going to give a warning, forfeiture of the prize title, disqualification from the tournament, and lastly, suspension or ban from competitive play. Not good, not good. So don't do that. And of course, purposely attempting to crash the game after a match is strictly prohibited. If such behavior from a player is identified, they will be considered disqualified. Player may also be barred from entering any future tournaments, any official tournaments, if they have been determined to be acting in bad faith by the management staff. If there's any reason to suspect misconduct, the management staff may return to the log for review after the tournament. If misconduct by a player is identified, they will be penalized as stated in the rules. All right, cool. So moving on here, a couple more things to get through. We've got the bracket. So this is the full bracket. This is everybody that entered the tournament today. Pretty great stuff. We've had 32 people. 16 of them have been knocked out. I think maybe we're only going to be looking at the top 8. So 26 people have been knocked out.
Yeah.
Top 8. All right. And then this is our top 8 today. We'll be diving into this a little bit later, but first up, we're going to have Noct and I Am the Night, and everybody's going to be battling for the first place winner there. All right, and some other information that is sort of new to this live stream is we are going to have the viewer rewards, and these will be given out depending on the total number of Hourne Cup views across our YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook channels 10 days after this live stream on June 20th. At 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. So we're going to count up all the views and everything on June 20th. So share the link around, watch the live stream afterwards. Just get those views up. So make sure to have your friends come and watch, and let's get all these milestones together. So first up, for 8,000 views, we're going to get a Select Awakening Prisons times 50 summon ticket for everybody. And when we're in the reincarnation era, we definitely need these. And for next up, we have Select Fragment of Thoughts times 50. Same thing, 10,000 views for that. And finally, for 13,000 views, we're going to give out Affinity Resonance Keys times 10, which are always really great to have. And these rewards will be given out on July 5th.
Affinity Resonance Keys go a lot farther today than they did about a month ago, too. That quality of life update, it no longer takes all 10 to get an Esper to max resonance. So much better now.
For sure, for sure. All right, and next up here, I know I've seen some discussion about this, but this is going to be the secret keyword. This is similar to the last live stream. Just to get ahead of it a little bit, those rewards from the last live stream should be sent out next week. I apologize for the issue of them not being sent out this week. but they will be sent out next week, hopefully. Anyway, moving forward to this secret keyword, we will be showing a secret keyword later in the stream, so be sure to tune in, stick around. We will be filling out a form that you can find down below in the description of the Twitch page and the YouTube page, hopefully. We'll also be giving the link out in chat, and I think you'll be able to scan a QR code as well. So stay on the lookout for that, and everybody will get 100 scrolls of vicissitude for typing in that keyword. You need to type in the keyword. There's only one keyword this time for anybody that may be wondering. There's only one keyword. So just keep an eye out for that and fill out the form. All right.
We're learning as we go. Apparently 2 keywords was hard last time. So we made it, you know,
Yes.
we toned it down a little this time to 1.
Indeed. Yes, a little bit of a lesson in psychology there, I guess. Anyway, this is this is the final campaign that we have going on. So this is our Discord members. So share the link, scan the QR code, get in the Discord, and everybody will get these rewards. So let's get up to 5,000 members. We would all love to get 3 Visogenic Antlers for UR and everything else. So cool. That is our main information that we wanted to go through today. So we'll be jumping into the matches here very soon. Like I said, this is going to be the top 8. It's going to be the quarterfinals. So we'll have a lot of great PvP action for you guys today.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of units that have come out since the last time we had an auto manual. Auto manual? Yes, auto tournament. Auto tournament. So I do expect to see, I hope to see some Kefka today. Viga's been out for all of 2 days, so maybe we see some Viga, but there's been a ton of good units that have come out, and Fire is looking real good along with Earth. So I would not be surprised to see some Fire or Earth teams to join the very common Light and Dark teams today.
Indeed, indeed. It's going to be pretty awesome. So we'll see what comes out. There may be a Kefka. We never know. There may be some other surprises as well. Like Auronnj said, you can have a cost 40 unit with 2 cost 100. So that would be interesting to see. I think we're getting ready for the room here. But before we jump into the room, we just wanted to kind of go over our participating individuals. See who we got. So let's take a look at that. Auronnj, if you could, please.
Absolutely. So first up, we've got Knocked from Sweden. So appropriate time zone player here. Favorite character, Eliza. And then let's go Onion Christ. So a shout out to Onion Christ. Now look, Eliza, not the character. We got Rach has his picture on the screen, but Eliza, favorite character. I always think it's an interesting play when players go for a different picture than their favorite character, but I will say I like Rach as his image. Rach is one of the coolest looking units in the game, in my opinion. Like, cool looking samurai girl, 2 swords. She's one of my favorites for like guild raids, stuff like that. So big shout out to Knock for the, high quality picture choice there.
Indeed, indeed. All right, and next up, we've got I Am the Knight.
Okay, from the USA, so from Justin and I's area of the world. Favorite character is Slime. Now, you could use Slime today. Slime is definitely on the table. In fact, if you use Slime, you could use any 2 other units that you wanted in the game. Message is just a let's go with exclamation marks, and then shows a picture of Phoebe, who, Phoebe, I believe, is a 40 cost unit. So, both the favorite character and the picture could be used by I Am the Knight in any team comp for today's tournament.
For
and
sure.
Those 2 are facing off in the first match.
They are indeed. We'll be jumping into the match here very soon, actually. I just want to make sure that we're ready.
Yep. Like always, if you see Justin and I's face on the screen and our eyes are darting 17 different places, we have many different chats open and are monitoring many different things. So, thanks. Yeah, yes. It's like staring into the camera is not always the best way to find the room number for the match. So,
that's true.
There's that.
Just general management things as well. I'm also running the live stream. I've seen a few comments of people being like, Justin's looking everywhere. Auronnj is doing his stuff. Auronnj is here to do his legendary casting and host alongside me. I'm running the live stream. I got to click the buttons and make sure everything's moving along. So.
Yeah. I definitely expect. Okay, so while we're setting up, and Justin, just tell me to be quiet if you need me to.
Okay.
But when we're talking about SR units that I expect to see today, I think Little Leela has been about the most seen SR unit, because right when 140s got here, we had Cost Limited. She was the first one, paired well with Sephiroth. I expect to see Naya today, but Naya, we saw a lot of her on manual play. Naya in auto is very different. Like, getting her to use her skills correctly takes a little tweaking. Valade is a newer addition to these strong SR characters. So that would be my, I wouldn't be surprised to see Leela, Naya, and Valade today for the auto tournament. And then maybe somebody makes chat lose their minds and plays Balo. Like, Balo is a chat favorite. They are asking for Summer Balo in chat now. So, you know, if Hiroki's out there watching, maybe Noct is going to bring Balo in with his cost 240 Earth squad. There's the Leela from I Am the Night. So we are already seeing that. This is Earth. This could be Earth versus Dark, which will be a very popular matchup today. Fire, Earth, Dark. Those are about the top of the tier list. Wind is starting to pick up some 140s, like maybe with Joom catching her Transcendence, we see maybe Wind creeps onto the scene. But I would say Earth, Fire, Dark are going to be your best three, with some Wind and Light sneaking in. Now, Noct's team is at 4,400 attack. I Am the Knights is kind of split up, about 2,500 for each one. So full physical damage team coming out from Noct. And King Bradley, you guys all know this. King Bradley is one of my personal favorites. So it's actually going to be an MR with Prince Mott. So the main character of about the first few chapters of the game, or book one of the story, whatever. Before he's a king, he's a prince. We've got that Mott coming out. And then we're going with a Velis team for the Dark Squad. So it's double Dark Velis. Now, the thing with Velis is this was a very popular play when Velis first came out. You just splashed him. You made a mono element team that was 2 units, and you just splashed in Velis, because his ability to AoE haste, his ability to heal, he has some damage mixed in there. He is an incredibly strong support unit, and he recently got his Transcendence. So Velis will probably be all over the playing field today. At cost 100, it is a little bit restrictive. You can see running him alongside Sephiroth kind of forces you into that SR or less. They went with the Leela, whereas with Noct's team, he went with Urel and Prince Mott. So a cheaper UR unit in Urel. I believe she's 70 or 80. I have to check on that. And then Mott to put that cost to 240, with King Bradley as the big carry. Both parties are definitely featuring one, I'll call it like hyper carry unit. King Bradley versus Sephiroth. The difference is Urel, like, don't underestimate Urel's ability to come in here and do some damage too. Whereas for I Am the Knight, if Sephiroth dies, it could look bad. It could go south. Now, Velis, here's the thing with Velis. On a long map like this map has some ground to cover. Velis will prioritize sitting there and casting buffs on his allies, and then when everybody moves away, he'll sit there and cast buffs on himself. He has that AI where he is not just automatically drawn towards the enemy, kind of like Sephiroth is right here. Now, Sephiroth ends up going Hell's Gate just on Prince Mott, so good movement there from the Earth team, getting Mott into range early without anybody else. And now Velis, with nothing left to do, will start creeping forward and looking to maybe reapply haste or do some healing or some damage. Okay, King Bradley up next. We got Leela in range. He's going to hit her for about 4,000 damage, and she has a ton of HP. That 4,000 damage only got her to about 65-70% of her health. And Sephiroth with that haste will get to go again, and he's going to look to take out the Mott. He's already hit him once, so he's going to chain with his own attacks right here. Looks back at the camera, kills Mott, courage remove on Urel, and she's down to about 20% of her HP. So big attack right there from Sephiroth. And Velis still doesn't even have anybody to heal, so he's just going to keep creeping around. Okay, Uriel and Bradley need to take Leela out of this fight right away and then try to turn things back on Sephiroth. Now, if Bradley can't take out Leela right here, Velis will begin healing. Assault Blade comes out, 6,200 damage. That is enough to kill her. So it's a 2v2 for now, but Sephiroth is looking real scary, and more importantly, it's his turn next. Sephiroth has a ton of big AoE attacks. He's not going to be able to find them both right here. Instead, he's going to Shadow Flare at the Uriel. 5,900, that'll take her down. And it's King Bradley versus 2. Velis, Sephiroth versus Bradley. Now, Velis is going to move forward and start casting a spell. He's going to go Sub-Zero, going to go DPS mode on Bradley and chunks him to about 55%. Bradley needs to find a kill right here, and it probably needs to be Sephiroth. That's a big ask. He's definitely at a disadvantage. He's chilling. He's standing there. He's thinking about what to do. Calculated rend, 2,100, 2,900. I mean, that's good damage. And the CT up, I like the attempt, but it's not nearly enough. Sephiroth's going to turn around and take him out. And I Am the Knight picks up the win in the first match. The best of 3. Dark beats Earth, but it's a best of 3. So Noct will still have a chance to make that comeback happen.
Indeed. GG, good battle. Thank you very much for the shoutcasting, as always. Takes a little bit of time to set up the second match, so we will be getting ready to jump on into that. So, you kind of called it. We're definitely going to see a lot of Leela. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Leela's going to be... I think any Dark team is going to run Leela. Now, Mont is a 50 cost unit. And Uriel was a... I'm searching it up. Uriel is a 70? No, is Uriel a 90 cost unit? Yeah, Uriel's a 90 cost. So it was exactly a 140. 100, 90, and 50 for that Earth team. So they did squeeze the full amount of cost out of that. Both players did hit 240 right on the nose. With the manual tournament, we saw a lot of people running under the cost limit, which in manual, you don't lean on the character as much because your player skill is more involved. Here, when you're leaning fully on the units to do the work for you, yeah, the cost limit matters because you want to give the most, just throw the most stats, the most power you can, and then let the AI sort it how it will. So yeah. I gotta say, Bradley was not doing Bradley levels of damage right there. He was very mitigated by the enemy team. That was surprising. I usually see him put out bigger numbers than that.
Yeah.
And Sephiroth was just trucking people. So yeah, pretty standard.
For sure. Yeah, Sephiroth has definitely been a presence since he came into the game. Also having a bit of a presence here this weekend too, across the internet.
I was going to say, it is Sephiroth time in the Square Enix world right now. He was all over the Summer Games Fest. You've got Ever Crisis announced and Rebirth, and it was all Sephiroth. And then here he is dominating in War of the Visions in the official tournament. So it's a good time to be a Sephiroth fan right now.
But yeah, so anybody wondering about the secret key code, keyword, whatever you want to call it, that we have for the 100 Scrolls of Vicissitude, that's going to be coming up later. So stay tuned.
Yeah,
grab a coffee, get some drinks, hang out, enjoy the PvP action.
Yeah, if you live in the North American time sphere, enjoy some breakfast. If you live, it's almost lunchtime for a lot of us, but then if you live in the European time sphere, enjoy yourself a little dinner, get some dinner appropriate foods. And if you live in the Asian time zone, hey, thanks for being here. It's the middle of the night. Eat whatever you want because you're awake at 3 a.m. At that point, everything's on the table.
So you said it's almost lunchtime for some people. It's 10:30 where you are. Is that lunchtime for you?
No, but it's 11:30 on the East Coast, and that's definitely lunchtime. And since New York is there, that's #1 most populated city in the U.S. And then #2 is L.A. So in L.A. it's breakfast time because it's 8:30 there. And then Chicago's the 3rd most populated city, and it's brunch time. So we cover the spectrum of lunch to breakfast right now. Welcome to Shoutcasting Dead Time in between matches with Auronnj, Jayy, and Justin.
For sure. We actually will be jumping into the next match here in about 10 seconds or so, I think. I see them typing here in our chat room.
Yep.
So, yeah.
You know how like sometimes when you watch other like esports events, they have like after a match is over and the shoutcasting is done, they cut to commercial or they cut to like some kind of analyst desk, right? And so Justin and I are both the analyst desk and the shoutcasters. And yeah,
we need some ads too.
We do. We need to cut to some ads, and like the ads should just be us. We should just make some really hilarious ads
I see. Like
and run that. Like, yeah, that would be really cool.
We could cosplay and do like a fake PvP match.
Dude, that would be awesome. Yes,
that would be.
We should make that happen. We would both have to be in the same place to make that happen.
Hey, that's coming up.
I think that's coming up.
The fan meeting is coming up here very soon. So anybody out there that's listening, that's going to be attending the LA fan meeting in LA. Looking forward to seeing you. It's going to be pretty great. So shout out to everybody that's coming out in chat.
Come hang out with Justin and I. It's going to be a blast. Okay, right. I think we had somebody disconnect or something.
Indeed.
So that's
always can. I don't know what I was about to say.
If you made a bingo board for things that were going to happen during the tournament, go ahead, stamp on the disconnect because you got that square. So there we go. Okay, I guess I will talk about.
Oh, I was just going to say somebody in chat said Justin dressed with rabbit ears, asking you to download War of the Visions. I wore in the little Leela Halloween. I wore some. I guess they were wolf ears. I wasn't really looking that up on like Amazon or whatever when I was looking for them, but they were. She was like a wolf. So, yeah. And then fun fact, my cat who's sleeping over here. That was almost like 3 years ago at this point that I bought made that video and bought those ears. But that's my cat's favorite toy. I guess like one of the ears because it has a little bit of fur on there. So my cat loves it. He plays with it all the time.
It's a multi-purpose thing at that point.
It is. Also, the only cat I've ever met that plays fetch. I'll throw it down the hall, and then he'll run down there and grab it, and then bring it back.
Wow. Okay.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So now, you guys have another. You and Hiroki are doing a stream in a couple of days, right?
You're not going to get any info out of me if that's what you're looking for.
No. The only info I want is. What are you announcing?
Oh yes, of course.
That's it.
Just a little bit of information there.
What number of street that's update video number what?
The notice said, what did it say? 27.5.
27.5 is the 27 and a half half.
We've done half ones before.
Okay, so when you think back to like the first video from you and Hiroki, like what was that video about?
So the first video that I was a part of, so I started in May of 2020. So I've been here a little bit over 3 years at this point. And I was doing some community stuff. I was hanging out behind the scenes. We didn't record the first video until like end of June or so. And it was actually an FFBE video. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. So I was doing it with a girl named Shally, and then Hiroki was on screen with me. So it was kind of like a weird combo video because that was the first one that we've done for War of the Visions as well. So that's what it was about, and I was just sort of talking about what was it? I don't even remember what was in the video. I was very nervous.
I don't either.
And I was really awkward, and a lot of people were saying like, because it wasn't really announced that I was going to be part of the team before, so a lot of people just saw me pop up and say, "Hey, I'm the community manager," and a lot of people were like, "Who is this guy? Where did he come from? He's just on this video. I don't understand." But I think there was definitely like a crossover with maybe Rain. No, Rain was no. I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I'm scrolling. Okay, so Who were some of the... Okay, here's your first units that came out. You had like Frederica. It'd have been way after that. What'd you say the date kind of was?
It was around late June.
Late June. Okay.
We're going to be diving in, but, you know, we're loading here.
Okay. June of... Gosh, it's hard to even remember what units were release units.
So I don't actually think the video... I'm not sure that the video actually came out on the War of the Visions channel. It was out on the FFBE channel.
Oh.
But yeah, we're diving in
Warrior
here,
of Light came out in July.
That may have been the first War of the Visions only one that we did.
Was like like Warrior Lights video, basically?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You did a Halloween video that year.
Yes, that was the one that I was just mentioning. We're in the middle of the match, by the way.
No way. Okay, here we go. So we're in the match. I will stop looking at my filler information and start shoutcasting the match. So it is a mono water team coming out here from Noct, taking advantage of the recently 140'd Astrius, and it's getting countered by a lightning unit from I Am the Knight. Did I Am the Knight anticipate mono water coming out right here and have himself an Alphonse ready to go? Because that's crazy. Now, Mr. Owl is a monster. I had not fought this guy until I faced him in a Guild Wars the other day, and I completely underestimated him. As a free unit, I was like, oh, he'll be whatever. No, he can do a lot. He's really hard to kill, does a lot of damage, a very good tank. And in this matchup, I Am the Knight might have just guessed his way into an elemental advantage win. However, excuse me, we do have Perrine, Astrius, Zazan. Now, if Zazan can somehow figure out a way to get out here and do some Zazan things, charm somebody, something like that, well, then maybe it turns it around. How do you make Zazan's AI charm somebody? I don't know, but maybe Noct does know. You're going to have to probably have your damaging moves turned off. Speaking of damaging moves, though, Astrius is going to open things up with his limit break on Mr. Alphonse. It's going to do 832 damage. The Crystal Tracer does 609, and when your main carry just hit the enemy tank for less than 10% of his HP, it's not the greatest sign. Now, here's the counterattack. We're going to do some alchemy right here. A little earth alchemy from a lightning unit. That's it. Yeah, you know, just you got to go with it. So it does 95% of his damage and applies the slow. Perrine's going to follow that up with a vortex kick. Down goes Astrius, and Zazan is chunked out. Okay, we're going to get another quicken here. This is onto the Perrine. Perrine going to go back-to-back times right here. This is going to be devastating. 118 AP. She'll probably hit both units, maybe with another vortex kick or something like that. We'll see. She has the range height. Yeah, there it is. Vortex kick coming out again. Zazan goes down. Perrine did not get hit, though. So Perrine versus 3. She's going to counter vortex kick, and it does hit the opposing Perrine, but there's a healer backing this up. Alphonse over here is still at 70% of his HP. He's going to kick her for 7,700. Oh boy, her auto heal pops for almost 5k. Here comes a spell from Phoebe. Not quite a spell from Phoebe. Perrine's going to get to go first. Maybe she could snipe the Phoebe and do some damage to Perrine. Like, they're all grouped up. There's a chance for a big AoE vortex kick here. That does come out. Does it kill anybody? Almost. It doesn't quite. Kirana's going to come through, about 3,800 on the heal. And now it is Perrine versus 3. What's going to happen? Perrine on Perrine first. She's thinking, could be a limit break, could be a summon. When you get these little delays, a lot of time that's to trigger an animation. And since the game like renders that first, like the game already knows what's going to happen, it lets us catch up. I'm not sure what's going on with my voice right now. I'll take a drink after this fight. Allergies, probably allergies. Perrine moves. It's neither a limit break or a summon. It's just subjugating fist. And maybe it's subjugating fist. It's at 0.3 frames per second. It's a punch. It's the sloth fist of subjugation. We're getting to see so many effects that you only get to see at usually 2 times speed. Did she die? Did she live? One. I see a 1. I see an empty health bar. I believe that's a kill. 1-0. 1-0. Well, that's a 10. 10-9-6-8. It did 11,000 damage. And I Am the Knight picks up the win. GG. The Alphonse. Oh, Alphonse was not a free unit. Excuse me. Yeah. His brother was the free unit. So I was yeah, there we go. That's correct. Thank you, chat. Anyway, Alphonse came out there and was a rock. Like, just absolutely could not die to the Asteris Perrine. So Noct goes down. Good win for the Alphonse water team. That's actually a rainbow team. It was Phoebe, Alphonse, Perrine. So triple element team right there. Was that used? Now, I don't have the job-based vision cards memorized like perfectly in my head. There's a lot there to sort. So were they taking advantage of a, like, I believe it would have been oh, there's a cat. We have a cat on the stream. There we go. So that was a striking team with Phoebe backing it up, I believe, right there. That's pretty powerful. I know in JP for a while, there was a strike meta that we haven't really fully dived into in global, but maybe there's a little peek of it. I did not expect to see that team come out here and do some winning, and I think because they went with that strike team, it put the Alphonse out there, and it ended up being a nice little lucky break for I Am the Night. There we go.
For sure.
It's not 1-1. That was a 2-0.
Oh,
Yep.
I totally missed that one. I apologize. My cat.
I believe, unless when they oh, there's the cat sighting. All right.
He just woke up, so he's looking for love.
Just saying good morning. Yeah, just, hi.
Oh, I see. Okay, so yes, I got the player one on my screen changed because we had to do a thing. So
right.
We need to give the proper shout out here. So let's take a look.
Victory for I Am the Night.
Ta-da!
Said it. There it is.
And Phoebe came in clutch.
And used Phoebe. That quicken on Perrine was a big deal.
All right, perfect. So congratulations. They will be moving on to the next round.
I think it was a couple tournaments ago. I was surprised we didn't see more Perrine. I feel like she's really, really strong. She came out about the same time Analyst did.
Yeah.
And I just anticipated seeing a little more of both of them. So I am happy to see both players pivoting that way for Fight 2. That was really cool to see. I think she's a really fun unit.
Yeah.
Perrine.
Yeah, she really is. I've been rocking her in Guild Battle for the longest time. Although, you know, I always run water. I try to run water. Only on offense. I think it's too risky to run on defense because there's too many strong lightning units out there. But I've been running water for quite a long time. Although I have, I usually run Analyst and then Perrine, and then lately I've been adding Astrius into that. But none of them are reawakened or reincarnated at all because I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. But we'll see.
All 140 at least, though?
Yes, they are, yes.
Okay. How do you feel about Asteris's 140? Has it been impressive?
I haven't used it a lot, but I was using Aerith before, so I feel like Astrius has been doing a bit better.
Yeah, I do feel like Asteris is better than Aerith.
Yeah.
Completely different roles, obviously, but yeah.
It's just, you know, I think for Aerith, a lot of times, like, she really needs time to sort of get ready and then get going. And there's just so much damage and everything that's done these days that if somebody's just taken out, she puts re-raise or whatever, re-raise is taken off, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, re-raise and courage remove are all over. It used to feel like when you had remember the Starlight Elena re-raise courage days where you just had to count on you're like, I gotta kill this chick 3 times. And she's probably gonna dodge 5 of those. Yeah. And you just felt hopeless. Nowadays, you know, Sephiroth just walks out there, removes both, and you're like, oh, okay. Well, huh. Still,
all right,
Starlight
so
Elena
let's take a look at the player info here.
All right, so we've got now is that the same name that I was prepared? Yeah, Bay, B-E-I-I. So I'm gonna say Bay. I believe that's what that is. From the Philippines, favorite character Shadow Lynx. And then we weren't sure if this was a joke. Make that Shadow Lynx the MR unit, please. Like, I think this was a troll job because the specific request for a picture was Shadow Lynx on ice, correct? Like, I think, and so I don't know, but there's Shadow Links on Ice on the left. The favorite character is Shadow Links, and the message and shout out was, I think, meant to confuse me on live stream, but not today, Bay. So
For
anyway,
sure.
Bay, thanks for playing. And Shadow Links on Ice is a really fun, cool unit that is underused and underappreciated.
That's true, but Jaden is not.
No, Jaden is not underused or underappreciated. We got Lyricus coming out here from Germany, so another correct time zone player. Favorite character, Hio, who Hio has been a staple of my fire teams since he came out. That man is a monster. Message shout out is sun's out, don't get burned. Yeah, that's true. Wear sunscreen. Go like SPF 50 at least, right?
Yeah, you know, because Summer Jaden has that ability, Sun's Out, Guns Out, so I feel like he was maybe sort of going towards that, but also trolled everybody.
Maybe both of them were going to just troll us on the live stream, because
Possibly.
it would have been, it's impossible for us to make a mistake and put the wrong picture on there. That is not even remotely probable. So here we go. We got the room. We are in there. Lyricus might be running a mono light team with Winged Stern. Very powerful. Happy to see him coming out. And then Bay is running Bradley. So our second Bradley sighting of the day. A little disappointing in his first attempt, but a chance for redemption. And this time for Bay, you only have 2,192 attack. That's basically all King Bradley. And then 3,392 magic, a support unit and a mage, maybe Queen Macherie Phoebe or Queen Macherie Murmur. Murmur is an earth unit that's out there, could be floating around. And then for Lyricus, you have 3,100 attack. So it's probably Wingstern, some other physical unit with 2,200 magic backing that up. It could be really anything with those numbers. We could see a like Bruiser Elena coming out. We've seen a lot of that. Maybe we'll see Thancred today. I don't think so, but it'd be really cool to see Thancred. No, not happening. So we're just waiting for Lyricus, I believe, to hit the start button. At this point, they are all talking with the judges and everything like that. This was often when I was doing my like unofficial streams. This was a time where I would try to time what I said to the beginning of the match, like anticipating the people who were playing, just picking up on the fact that I was ready for them to start by the fact that their game has been on the screen for multiple minutes, and I've just been filling airspace like I am right now. So it's just some, like, we don't have control of the start button. They do. So push the button,
like it, click the button,
click it.
But sometimes disconnections, that sort of things happen. So hopefully not
True.
now.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully not now. Who's hosting? Lyricus was hosting this. Oh, sun's out.
Yeah. Oh, I better not get burned.
Better not. Okay, we are jumping into the match. Here we go. It might be Earth versus Light. It might be another Rainbow team. We've already seen Rainbow win once. It is just going to be straight up Earth versus Light. But the Earth team is going to bring Naya as a support unit. So I did think we would see this today. Are they going to have Naya using Reflect? If they do, it's not going to do a ton. Okay, now, Elshra is coming out here for the light team. This is a unit that I have not seen in competitive play. I can't remember the last time I saw an Elshra. Like, I know she's strong. I have good feelings about her in my heart, but those feelings are from a long time ago. Here she is now, though, as a damage dealer for this team. Like, is she going to do a bunch of damage? Is she just here in a supportive role? I don't know. I would honestly have to go look up exactly what Elshra can do. And while they're buffing up, let's do exactly that. So she's Time Mage, Rune Knight, White Mage. So 2 support jobs with the Rune Knight. So she will have access to some damage from that Rune Knight, but expect to see more Time Mage and White Mage action here, especially with the Warrior of Light. You want to back that guy up with some healing. Yes, he can self-heal, but if you could keep him topped off, if he can hold that aggro, it will open up Wingstern's ability to solo carry, because that's the biggest difference in team comps right here. King Bradley and Queen Macherie are both carries, and even though one of them is a king and one of them is a queen, they are not married. They are King Bradley, that's just his name, I think, right? Like, that's the lore of all of that. And then Queen Macherie is, her name is not queen, she is a queen. So, interesting name choice there by Bradley's parents. He probably didn't appreciate that much. The the light team is doing an interesting thing here. They have worked Warrior of Light all the way forward while allowing Ruined Stern or Winged Stern to stay in the back and cast buffs. This is going to work out nicely for them. Like Warrior of Light's going to be up there and end up eating the first round of Ma Cherie's attack. Not quite Bradley though. Bradley's able to get himself hasted and start moving forward. We're going to get a quicken onto the Winged Stern. The timing here was really good. He'll pop bells and begin moving into the fight, but he won't be ready to participate until at least another round of action by the enemy, and that entire round of action will probably only be into Warrior of Light, who moves forward, gets preemptive countered by Bradley right there, but hits him back for 2,400. Bradley looking very tanky in this matchup. Now, is Elstra going to go with a note? She's not going to do another quicken. She's going to refresh the agility buff on herself. There's the reflect onto King Bradley. Ma Cherie's turn next. It's going to be her, Bradley, and then we'll have to see, will their haste allow them to laugh Warrior of Light? I believe so. So calculated win from Bradley. This will trigger the heal from Warrior of Light into the Drain Strike. Warrior of Light hanging on by a thread, but the haste lap is real, and Bradley and Ma Cherie are going to beat him down. Bradley, in fact, quick lunges, giving himself CT up, and he's going to get another turn. But, oh, no, not before Winged Stern. Winged Stern does get to go. He hits Bradley. Bradley CT up procs again. Bradley's at like 1 HP. He's going to get healed by Ma Cherie. Not enough to matter, probably. Now, here we go. Does Eltra move up and try to do damage and get it reflected on herself, or does she look for like a quicken or something like that? She's actually not in range to do anything, so it's going to be a Salt Blade coming out from Bradley. Big damage onto the Stern, and Naya is going to look to maybe move up and heal. What's cast time going to look like? She's going to get it off. Kiraga comes out. Bradley back up to about 85%. That's pretty good. Can Winged Stern burst that? Convergence 7,200, not quite. The heal is clutch. Elshra next. Does she look to heal Stern? Does she look to do damage? We'll have to see what her sub job is. That's probably going to matter the most right here. Helm Splitter will take out Winged Stern. So hopefully Elshra wasn't channeling a heal. If she was, she's in a lot of trouble. Actually, if she's casting damage on Bradley, she might be in more trouble. Let's see. Here it is. It's Kurata. It's going to whiff. He's dead. And now Naya's going to start doing some more Kiragas. Naya's Kiraga is really powerful. You can see it not only heals, but it also, well, you couldn't see it. I believe it also gives CT up and AP back. So very, very good unit, Naya. If you can get her AI to do what you want it to do, she is insanely powerful. 9,000 damage is going to be enough to kill Elshra. And Bay picks up the win. Great showing for the Earth team right there against the Light team. We saw two of the most prominent 100-class carries against each other. The newer ones anyway, Bradley and Winged Stern. Both performed well, but Warrior of Light might have got a little too far ahead of the team. Ended up tanking for 4 or 5 rounds of damage, or 4 or 5 turns of damage, but the whole time he tanked, the team was not in range. So, okay, there we go. That's that. Justin, over to you. Or should I fill some more time? I got stuff to say.
Working out some technical difficulties over here on my end.
Okay. Well, I'll talk about Naya for a minute, because she was prominent in that last fight. So here you go. Her Dream Enhancement, her 140, upgraded her Kiraga skill. Previously, Kiraga, which is, big AoE heal, her upgrade also restores CT 100 to targets and is longer range than the original Kiraga. Original Kiraga targets a square that is about 4 tiles away. Hers targets a square 5 tiles away and comes with that CT up attached to it. Bradley loves that because Bradley has all those ways of giving himself CT up. He was hasted. So really good CT manipulation right there by Bay. And now you have to wonder, do you just run that back? Like, do you imagine that your opponent has like a Joom or something that they could throw in to try to prevent your Earth team from winning again? Or do you just say, nope, I won once, I'm going to make you counter me and just let it ride? I like the make your opponent counter you option, personally.
I like that too. You can get away with a lot more stuff in auto than you can in manual.
True. Yes. Oh man, yeah, in manual, I've learned so much about manual by just casting those tournaments. Like the jumping Stern, I thought that was so, like, I was like, why are they using regular Stern? He's so slow, his jump takes forever. And I was like, oh wait, you can't hit him when he's in the sky. And his biggest weakness is that he dies all the time. He's invincible with this mode.
Yeah, that was
really big brain stuff.
That was interesting.
Yeah, I love that. I love that as a strategy. Okay, so we're waiting. We're getting our next room number set up right here. Let's see. So I want to look as well. We talked about Naya. I do want to talk a little bit about Elshra. She is, man, I don't know. I wasn't super impressed with what she did right there. I get the Quicken shenanigans, and her Quicken is not like boosted or anything. Her upgraded skill and her main job is Meteor. And, you know, I don't know that she's going to be out here dropping meteors on everybody. It does do, if the unit is hasted or has float, it's a 320, it's like an XXL modifier damage. But, yeah, I don't know. I just can't imagine her out there dropping that. She does have guard haste. Guard haste is the upgraded version of haste, so that's really good. She was running white mage, and that's where you saw the curata coming from. I don't know, just too much casting time, not enough stuff. I think they will pivot off of Elshra for fight 2, I would imagine.
Well, let's take a look.
Okay, are we in there?
We are.
Oh, I have it. Okay. Oh, all right. Here we go. We get to see Kefka from Lyricus. So our first vision of the clown. He's coming out. Now, Bay, I think, is running the exact same team. Lyricus is running full magic. That is 5,300 magic from Lyricus. If we look at the recent release of fire units, Kefka and Roy Mustang are top of that list. So are we going to see a Kefka Roy maybe MR unit? Because Roy's only 90. Kefka's 100, Roy's 90. That leaves you with 50. What is Unit 3 going to be for that fire team? Ooh, Ravelka. Very strong fire damage dealer. This is full-on damage coming out here from Lyricus. Just saying, I'm going to take your Bradley and Macherie and try to kill them before they kill me. And I'm bringing 3 damage dealers. Yes, you might have a support. You might look to do some healing. But if I kill you before you heal, it's GG. So I like this approach from Lyricus. Just go to a completely different thing and flex 2 of the most recent released units that you have and have built. Now, I don't know if we've got a little spectator delay here. Maybe somebody disconnected.
It's thinking.
We do have... You think it's a DC?
No, I think it's thinking.
It's
Processing.
thinking. Okay, well, apparently Kefka is thinking. Getting trolled by Kefka is pretty par for the course for this guy. We'll see. We had a little bit of that lag earlier, and it didn't end up mattering at all.
Yep.
But it, like we mentioned this before, the game is a global game, and when you're spectating, you are connecting to that person who is anywhere in the world. So oftentimes you end up having to, when like you remake matches, you have to kind of switch who's hosting just to try to get the host that's closer to the spectator and all of that. Now we're waiting on official word to see if somebody disconnected or if it's still running. Not sure.
Not sure.
Not sure. That's the official word right now is we don't know. Something is
But
happening.
we will know soon, so...
Yes, soon. Anyway, Kefka. What's Kefka's best attack? Well, I'm looking right here. You do have a big AoE with like Light of Judgment. That's going to be a huge attack with a debuff attached to it. We got Forsaken, his job level 25, which it does a ton of damage if the unit like has buffs on it. He's got typeless, or he's got elementalist damage. He can debuff. He's a big time debuffer, big time damage dealer. I've not really seen a ton of him yet. He has that arithmetician job to back him up. He's got Energist if he wants to go for that magic based missile type. Well, we're out of the match, so players playing. Okay, so apparently the match is playing out. We're going to maybe try to jump back in and see if we can catch it live. The match is happening. So, I love... Now, a unit that I have seen a lot of is Roy Mustang. Roy Mustang is very, very powerful. For a mage, like when he snaps his fingers, people just go away. And he does multi-hit attacks. He's got boosted accuracy on that multi-hit attack. He gives himself all the penetration in the world. I don't know. So maybe right now Roy's slapping people down and we're just hanging out here imagining.
Processing. My cat's attack.
Oh, nice. Okay, we do have that. You could shoutcast that for us. in the meantime.
hurt.
I'll take a drink.
That's what I'm shoutcasting. It hurt.
It hurt.
Yes.
Okay, apparently it's over. So Tournament Judge 1 says it was quick. So the judge says it was a decisive match. Oh, and we get back in just in time to see player 2, which I believe was Bay.
Yes.
So the Earth team goes 2-0. We did not get to see the downfall of the Fire team, but the Fire team did not manage to pull it off. All that buildup I just gave them, and they walk out there and get King Bradley'd off the map, I'm guessing. Or maybe Queen Macherie hard carried it. Either way, the Earth team goes 2-0. Bay picks up the win. GG
Congrats,
Bay, moving on
Bay.
to the semifinals.
Ta-da! Ooh, the shadow
There it
links
is.
on ice, making a present.
Hooray. Woo. Always
Yep.
disappointing when we have the disconnects, but it does happen sometimes. So
It's unfortunate.
hopefully it doesn't. Yeah, hopefully it just doesn't happen again.
But yeah, so Grats Babe, we will be seeing you in the future here.
Yep. Bay will be facing off against I Am the Knight in the semifinals.
Yep.
So, yeah, they already know their opponents. You could go, maybe so now they've both scouted each other a little bit as well, because definitely something you got to think of. If you're Bay or I Am the Knight, do you run one of the teams you already ran? Or do you have a second or third team ready to go?
Well, we've seen a lot. We've seen people prepare 4 or 5 teams, and we've seen people just run the same one until the end. You know, a lot of it is getting as prepared as you possibly can yourself, but, you know, a lot of it is your opponent. You know, you can just match up really well, or you can match up really bad.
Yeah.
The game, you can specialize pretty well in this game, so sometimes you can run into comps that are super effective or not very effective at all against you.
Yeah, sometimes you can run into an Alphonse when you pivot to a mono water team. And you just, like, honestly, the Perrine on Nox mono water team almost did it. Like, she landed those 2 of her hurricane kick or whatever it's called. She landed that twice in a row and hit everybody with the second one. And had it killed a couple of people that it took low, does she lose the one-on-one to Al? Yeah, she probably loses it still, but it would have made for a little bit closer of a match anyway.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to be jumping in, seeing the next players here. Going to be Ajin versus Okami. So let's take a look at that player info.
Yeah, let's check out their slides. What do we got here? So Najin here from Brazil, favorite character Reagan, and waiting for summer Balo. So there it is. We got the big man himself, Balo, on the screen. Now, do they make swimsuits over at Square Enix HQ big enough for Balo?
No.
No, they don't. No. Okay, so officially confirmed, no. I think the only way Balo's ever getting a summer unit is if there's a fan vote and the fans vote him in. And then we'll probably have to send in designs for the swimsuit. But Balo looking real good on screen. That hairstyle reminds me a lot of my son's hairstyle, so I like that. He's got a huge sword. He's ready to go. And then favorite character Reagan, very recently added to the game. And then Okami. So Okami from Italy, another properly time zoned player. Favorite character is Winged Stern, and the light shall burn you. So probably a light player here for Okami. That could be something that if Najin has prepared for, but I think Najin's playing Balo, Bradley, Oberon, or something like that. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
From Najin. You don't show Balo like that in a cost 240 tournament and then not pull him out, right? Like Balo's coming out. Got to. Because you know Okami's rocking the Winged Stern. That character just makes sense. Like, you don't even feel like you're not trolling at all by pulling out Winged Stern. You pull out Balo and you're saying, hey, I have such a good team. I'm winning with Balo. Or maybe Balo will surprise us all and end up carrying the fight. That would be kind of cool too.
Yep. So yeah, let's jump in. I think we're ready for the match. So let's go take a look at
Wingstern versus Wingstern. Okay, so I was definitely wrong about Negin's team comp. It's gonna be a mirror of at least slot ones, but the teams are very different. For Negan here, I'm gonna say Negan. I feel like that's Negan. So Negan here, 2,800 and 2,400 for attack and magic, a little bit of balance. And for Okami, it's very heavily attacked, 4,200 attack, but with 1,800 magic, that's probably like a low-cost support unit in there, maybe like a Naya, backing up 2 big-time carries. It might be Winged Stern Bradley support, like maybe it's a rainbow team. I don't know. We will find out right now. It's Winged Stern Bradley Murmur. That's a surprise. And then another surprise, we're seeing a Yuna Mariel Winged Stern. So Yuna making an appearance today. Did not expect that. Yuna's just fine. Like, I didn't expect that because Yuna's not good. She's plenty good. I don't know. Her like re-raise, kind of like you were talking about earlier, feels a little dated, but definitely probably stacking AoE and single target resist on this team for Negan. You already just saw the AoE resist buff come out from Winged Stern. There's going to be Hearts of Flutter, so another TMR buff, unit resist up. This Mariel might be at like 50 plus unit and AoE resist as she moves forward. She's going to catch the re-raise from Yuna. So, okay. Fast Cast going to come out here, give a ton of buffs to Winged Stern from Murmur. Fast Cast, recently upgraded move. Yuna moving forward, so out of things to cast. No TMR to activate right there. Might have moved into the danger zone a bit. And the game might have crashed. That would be sad. So Yuna moves forward, game stops working, and I don't know. We might have to drop and try to jump back in. It might be a case where...
We'll see.
Yep. We have informed the judges that we are currently looking at Yuna standing behind a... I was gonna say like light post, but that's... I think
it's a torch.
It's like a torch post, yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's gas powered or if somebody has to go light that thing.
It's a good question.
No, I don't know.
Probably not.
Are you trying to jump straight back in? Apparently the match is not frozen. So, a little bit of a spectator thing here. I would suggest like if the people I know there's a difference between like being player 1 and player 2. If the people hosting this, like behind the scenes people setting up the matches, if the player who was closest to Justin in terms of geography could just host every match, I imagine we would have less problems on the stream end. I think that would solve a little bit. I know in the past when I was doing unofficial tournaments, I would end up needing the players who were closer to me hosting sometimes, and eventually you just kind of figured out who couldn't host. Like there were definitely people who were like blacklisted from being player 1.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But with all these players just being their first tournament on the live stream, we don't have that info. So are we trying to load back in?
Yes, we are.
Okay, we are actively trying to load back in.
It is loading right now.
Okay.
Yes, I'm getting. When we go to break, I'm going to put them in timeout.
Is timeout just out of the room with the door closed?
Yes.
Nice.
But they get into stuff, so they might go to super jail. I don't know.
Super jail. Oh no. Okay. Loading. I see the same thing you guys see, by the way. I see myself and Justin. So right now I'm talking to a picture of myself talking. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's good.
It's very light out here, as you can tell.
It's illuminated. It's always hard to do lighting correctly when the sun is just blasting in through windows. Like you can close the blinds all you want. That light is still coming in. Apparently it's over.
Yes.
And who was player 1?
I think that was
Okami.
I think.
So, you think. Player 1 won. Player 1, well, we'll just wait for the ref to tell us who that was. We'll end up switching who hosted. Okay, so you're right. Okami looks like they were on the left. So player 1 wins. Both players played Winged Stern, but the person who showed Winged Stern in their picture won?
Yes.
Maybe? I think so. Either way, Okami up 1-0 in the match. just sad. That's it's always sucks when
Yep,
you
it
get a
was
DC. That's always just unfortunate, you know.
It is.
Was Okami the Yuna Mariel team?
That's a good question. Then.
Dang it.
This map can be kind of confusing. I think.
Or is player 1 on the right or the left?
I think the blue team is always on the right.
Blue team's always on the right, and blue team is player 1. Well, I don't know. We're just trying to like talk over the nothingness that is that. So okay, we're gonna jump into the next room here in just a moment. Here's the thing with Yuna. So Yuna's upgrade, her skill that got enhanced was her holy, and it got dark and undead killer. I already had undead killer. It got dark killer added to it. So that upgrade would not have done Yuna any good right there. You know, dark killer. There was no dark units on the enemy team. It's kind of the drawback, right? Like re-raise is removable. Her upgrade gave her, you know, dark, anti-dark DPS. But when you think of Yuna, are you really trying to go out there and run a DPS unit? Probably not. So,
well,
a little...
you know, I mean, maybe. She's got her LB, and I haven't heard you say Space Chicken in a while.
Space Chicken. We have, maybe we... Like, I almost got to say Space Chicken right there. I feel like maybe we were going to get some Space Chicken. And, like, Aeon Bond was the... Like, okay, Reflex had its time in the sun where it was the worst thing to deal with ever. But at the same time, Cloud was out there reflexing everything. Aeon Bond, because Yuna was just so tanky in that first round of 120s.
Mm-hmm.
And you just hit her as hard as you could, and she'd auto heal over and over again. Now, here we go. Okami.
Like, that was the time before reaction block rates was even in the game.
Right, there was none. Actually, 0. So Aeon Bond just procced at will. And oh my, you would think you were going to kill a Yuna, and then she would be full HP. And you're like, oh,
she healed so much, because it also increased her healing. So the first Ion Bond, great. Second one would heal like 13,000, which was way over what any units had at the time.
Yeah, there was no 13k HP. Not even Warrior of Light was hitting those numbers, or Engelbert. Okay, now we're going to get to see from Najin our first mono ice team of the day. It's going to be Winged Stern, Bradley, Murmur from Okami. So this is the team that won the last fight. The AoE single target resist stacking team, or I don't remember, but this team was out there last time, so I'm going to say it's the same. Now, it's going to be Reagan, Snow, Valade. Watch what happens when Valade buffs. Like, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to shoutcast all of the things on the screen. I believe his buff just does a ton of stuff. So watch this. Here you go. He cuts the sleeves off his shirt because he's got such big muscles. And then here we go. Reaction block rate, ice tech up, accuracy up, protect, hate down. So many things right there. A lot going on. Reaction block rate, hate down. Like, look, he's pretty buff, but he doesn't want people hitting him, and that's understandable. Okay, Wingstern, he picked up the haste right there. He's got 11,000 HP as a DPS unit. That's crazy. He's going to give himself re-raise, and again, a ton of buffs. Like, shoutcasting this game has gotten a lot harder since buffs started doing 6 things. Like, back in the day, you're like, oh, here's courage. Like, Snow's gonna put courage on himself, or some unit is gonna cast bells. Now units are like dark resist, light resist, lightning resist, re-raise up, action reaction block rate, and hate down. You're like, what just happened? I don't even know. Anyway, Valade, round 2 of Valade buffs coming out. It's gonna be Bar Blizzara. That's gonna be wind, ice resist, agility up, and one other thing. Now, the wind and ice resist, not going to be too useful against this team. Convergence comes out from Wingstern, and Snow tanked that like, I mean, that did not hurt him too bad. Now, he's going to get slash chained right here. Bradley and Wingstern will chain off of each other with type, and this is big damage. That was already about 4k plus another 3. That's like 7,000 damage with CT up attached to it. Fast cast comes by, refreshing that haste on Bradley. And now Reagan's going to look to counterattack, but he's out of range. So Snow's going to have to do it himself. Snow was unable to get his self-heal off, so he's going to go with the limit break. It's going to be the Sovereign Fist. What kind of damage here? big damage and double stun. He stuns them both. So no turn for you, no turn for you. Valade will get a turn in between. But what can Valade do with this turn? I'm not sure. Like, let's see. Does he have... He's channeling a spell. It's going to be Curata. So he does have the casting speed to get Snow topped off. Now it's Murmur's turn. She's moving forward, channeling a spell. Bradley's up next. Everybody's grouping up, and Bradley has AoEs. So we could see the multi-hit AoE move right here from Bradley. I believe that's what... Yeah, Calculated Rin. There it is. So Reagan and Snow both chunked down. Reagan's going to self-heal for all of it back to full health, and it's Wingstern's turn next. Now Wingstern, like I said before, will chain with Bradley, so this is going to be the third slash hit in a row, or the third chaining hit in a row from Wingstern. His limit break looks a lot like Hio's at the start, like channeling up that big sword. He pops the courage on Snow, and then Snow will heal 3587. Reagan's going to counterattack. Crimson Blaze Strike, that is a kill with courage remove. So Bradley goes down. Stone Aga comes out from Murmur. And wait, Murmur just double killed the enemy team. Hold on. Reagan gets his CT up, but he's going to get 100 edged right here. And that's it. Murmur came out of nowhere. That's what we missed last time. Okami's Murmur was the real carry. It was Wingstern, Bradley, and then Murmur's back there like, haste, haste, haste. And then she's like, Stonaga, boom! And then drops the meteor on him from space. Oh my gosh. I was like, this is going to do 1,000 damage and nobody's going to care about it. And she said, no, I'm probably max reincarnated 140 Murmur, and massacred the enemy team. GG. I probably overhyped Murmur's role in that a little bit, but that's Okami okay. Does pick up the win. And that's our third 2-0 of the day so far.
So, ta-da.
Yay.
Okay, that one did not sound enthusiastic. Redo.
I'm sorry. I over-enthused Murmur. And so when Wingstern came on the screen, I was like, yeah, it's Wingstern. Congrats. Everybody knows you're good. Your picture should have been Murmur, your real carry. I'm just joking. Okay. GG, Okami, though. GG. That was awesome. Now, Murmur. Let's get back to the real hero of this fight, Murmur. Her Stone Aga was upgraded with her 140. So the damage on it did not go up, though. It just now debuffs attack, magic, and agility. So it's meant to be a skill that does not kill the enemy, but instead sets the enemy up to be killed. But, you know, Okami didn't care. He's just going to let Murmur go out there and... No, wait, Stonaga Innovator. I'm sorry. Stonera has the debuff. Stonaga is an earth resistance debuff prior to the damage. So it's a 38% earth resist debuff that hits in a diamond-shaped AoE and apparently just wrecks people. So I look, as an earth player, very happy to see Murmur out there doing her thing. Drink time.
Drink time. Yes, you've been doing a lot of amazing shoutcasting, so coat your throat. Drink that water.
Well, now we're doing analyst desk work.
Well, it's still talking either way. And I think everybody out there should take this time to drink some water.
Yes.
Take a drink of water. All right, so let's talk about our next contestants here.
Oh yeah, we're ready for our next match. That's right. Another 2-0.
All right, so first up we've got, I got it ready here. So, ba-ching.
Okay. So, Undance Waltz. So, it took me a minute to figure out how to say this name. Undance Waltz. So, anyway, from Singapore, favorite character Yuffie goes with Dark Fina as the picture. And special shout out to the Edge Runners and Ragnarok folks. And of course, good luck, have fun, everybody. So guild shout outs right there. That's pretty cool to see. Favorite character Yuffie. I'm also a big Yuffie fan. If Earth is my main element, Fire's my second. And you know what? I play Fire honestly more than I play Earth. Yuffie is a staple of Fire teams, especially Fire Evade. So that's cool to see. From Undance Waltz.
As somebody that plays water, I want to say that, there has not been a lot of fire in the game over like maybe the last year. And as soon as we get fire, it's got to be like the super evade, Yuffie, Sorrow, just really, really, really difficult teams to go against.
Yes.
So,
You better have your +6 Alexandrite rings ready to go.
it's not fair is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, the water players. Okay, now, Black is the other player. Black is from Brazil. Favorite character is King Bradley, but rocking the Hio picture. I love both of those characters. And message is War of the Visions forever. And yes, I'm also sitting here hoping that War of the Visions, I want 10 more years. I want a 10-year anniversary where it's like me, Justin, and Hiroki chilling in LA. Like, I don't know. Like, that would be... the 10th anniversary live stream needs to be insane. Like, insane.
Agreed. That would be awesome.
It would. Hey, is Hiroki going to be at the Fan Fest?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, maybe that's top secret. Maybe he's talking about that. I'm
no, I think he was on the website. So yeah, he's Oh, it looks like the player started the room already, so let's take a look.
Oh, the player started, so okay, we're jumping in. Match is already going. That's fine. This is something that happens. It just means we don't get to see those attack magic values. We're loading in. Justin will swap it to the screen as soon as we're in there. This is a better problem to have than being in the game already and it freezing up. So we are going to get to see the fire evasion team. It's a little different than the one you're used to seeing. Normally, instead of Valentine's Day Ildira, you see Pissarro right there, and I think that he is a little bit higher tier of a unit than Valentine's Day Ildira is, but she can definitely do the job of fire evade. They will be facing off against the 100 cost Slash Bros in Sephiroth and King Bradley. So a lot of power here from Sephiroth, King Bradley, a lot of evade from the fire team. Let's see which one wins. Now, Valentine's Day Ildira, she's going to move forward and open up with the limit break. Letter Bomb of Love. Who is she sending this letter to? I didn't see who was in range right there. Who's getting this letter? Oh, King Bradley gets his CT down. Yeah, you don't want to actually love her. Like, she is definitely, it's a trap. Blinding Trinity comes out. Big chain right there. The remove of the buffs, everything comes out. But now Sephiroth is in range. He's moving forward. Octaslash coming out. This is going to hit Ildira. It's also going to hit Naya, which is a problem, and it hits them both for all of their HP. And just like that, we have Yuffie versus 3. Now, we do have a blind character here from Leela, and you know what? The blindness works completely against Yuffie. She goes with the Knight's Blessing instead of the damaging move, so she was blinded just enough to do the perfect thing. And then Yuffie's going to go Windstorm right here. It's going to get partially blocked by Bradley. So it doesn't even kill him. Sephiroth's going to move forward. He doesn't have anything to do. Bradley going to look for Calculated Rend. That's going to hit. Yuffie goes down. And Undance Waltz picks up the win. The Slash Bros just too accurate, too hard hitting. The fire evade could not handle it. That's a GG. Okay, I feel like I should talk a little bit here about Bradley. Now, when you're talking about Bradley, he does not have a guaranteed hit move, right? And that actually, okay, so that hurts him against some, it hurts him against some evasion characters, but against Yuffie, it's actually better because she has that, she nullifies the 100% hit thing. So instead for Bradley, he just has Calculated Rend, which you saw him using all the time, that has just 30% boosted accuracy on it. It's one of his best, it's probably his best DPS move anyway. And so it's very good against Yuffie because you're just leaning on accuracy to hit her, which is the way to go instead of the guaranteed hit. His Helm Splitter that dispels, I believe it dispels Re-Raise, also is boosted in accuracy. Bradley, very good anti-evade unit if you build him with any accuracy at all. And then for Sephiroth, he has Shadow Flare is a 100% hit chance when it's upgraded, and that is his typeless dark. It looks magic to me. It's actually not a magic move. It's just typeless. And then he does have Paralyzing Edge in Soldier, although you don't run him in Soldier very much. That's a 100% hit move as well. So he could use those to take out the Valentine's Day Ildira without too much of an issue. All right.
All right. We're just waiting for the next room here, getting everything set up. boxes checked, making sure somebody doesn't start the room too early. Not to shout them out on the stream, but
Yeah, there's language barriers involved here too.
that is true.
Yeah. So we have people helping run this scene from Europe, right? Like France, places like that. You got Justin and I in America. You have the Square Enix team in Japan. You have the players from all over the place. I mean, this is a global event.
War Division's bringing everybody together.
That's right. This is a bigger global event than like the Super Bowl. The Olympics comes to mind as a similar global sized event.
That's true.
But the Olympics the Olympic team does not have, the Olympic broadcast team does not have the talent to have both the live play-by-play people and the analyst desk be the same people.
That's true.
Yeah.
They have hundreds of people.
Yeah, we don't need hundreds of people. We just need 2.
But we need hundreds of people watching. So be sure to link the VOD to your friends so we can get those views out and get everybody those keys and everything.
Yeah, we
else
want
that
the
is
prizes for sure.
Yes.
I think we have, I believe, I have the streams open and I think we've had very good viewership numbers so far.
Awesome. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to the viewers.
I'm very hungry. I want to say.
Same. Yes, it is fast approaching my lunchtime here. But you know what? That's okay.
All right, we're actually already ready. So.
Let's do it. Okay, so Black going with the Bradley team. Undance Waltz going with Leela again. So Undance Waltz, who was the winner of the first match, correct?
Yes.
Okay, that could be the same team. Had the Leela in that team with the Bradley Sephiroth. Black pivoting to Bradley with 5,000 attack on that team. When you lose a match in a best of 3, I like just opting for power in the second match. Like, don't try to get lucky with some kind of weird gimmicky counter pick or something like that. And you could end up losing because they changed teams. Mm-hmm. Instead, Lorenzo. We've got a Lorenzo sighting here. I'm definitely going to need some info on this guy. He is a recently 140 unit. Now, is he better than my favorite unit in the game, Eileen? Maybe he is, and he's an MR unit. So we'll see what Lorenzo's bringing to the table right here. I am pulling for Lorenzo. So it's Urel, Lorenzo, Bradley. This is really fun. Once again, we are seeing the Urel, Bradley, MR cost. So that's pretty cool. Lorenzo, man, I want to see big damage from Lorenzo. I want to see 12, 14,000, something like that. I want to see him breaking the damage cap, just doing tons of stuff. Now, okay, one of the things that Black could have been thinking about here. Leela is a very, very good tank, but she's a better tank against magic than she is against physical. So, going mono physical earth team right here, what you could have thought is, one, you're not going to get element countered by dark earth, right? Dark earth is definitely not element countered by itself. Then you could take advantage of Lorenzo's hasting ability right here, and you could just say, I'm going to come do a ton of damage, which that was a ton of damage that King Bradley just put out. He got countered by a ton of damage by the enemy King Bradley, but then, okay, now, is preemptive counterattack on? No, its preemptive counterattack does not go off, and King Bradley pops the other King Bradley's, courage, and then CT goes up, triple star strike comes in, Urel kills Sephiroth, and the big damage is so far working, but they've grouped, and here's big damage unit doing big damage, pops the courage, they're CT up all over the place. Lorenzo will finally get another turn, maybe. He's not going to get another turn. Nope, there's too much CT. So, Black wins, Lorenzo not the MVP, but he did put a haste on Bradley, and Bradley walked out there with that haste and procced his own CT up over and over again. I love that combo. Am I 140ing Lorenzo now? I don't know. I didn't get to see enough, but I might just.
No antlers. Hopefully we can get some more antlers. From where?
From viewership reward, or no, from Discord joining rewards. Correct?
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to be going to our first round 3 today.
Yes, first third match.
Yeah.
Okay, so if anybody was wondering, Lorenzo Okay, here could have been the reasons Lorenzo was being used right there. When Lorenzo got his master ability 2, he dispels AP auto restore and haste. That's really cool. And then with his transcendence, which he just recently got, dive of destruction got upgraded. So dive of destruction is his job 25 ability. It dispels protect, shell, ignore fatal, and re-raise. So this man, if he does dive of destruction and it's long range AoE jumping move, it will dispel everything. Like, he dispels any possible thing that you have, I think, that you've buffed yourself with, except for physical damage up, like stat buffs, like agility buff or something like that, or physical or magic damage up. Otherwise, he's dispelling you. So a very good dispeller. I wonder, he also takes advantage of being a time mage, and with haste recently being like, you know, universally upgraded to guard haste, he can provide protect or a defense buff to your team, and haste. So that's pretty good. I'm impressed. Lorenzo, okay. I see you, Lorenzo. There it is.
Or like,
now, do you stick with that?
No.
Do you run it again?
I think if it works, it works.
Yep.
Like,
when you know what that team's gonna do.
If you do something that works, do you think the opponent is going to have the resources, the time, and the knowledge counter that extremely fast and make a composition? Are they going to gamble trying to make something that works?
Nope. They probably have their teams built already.
Yeah.
Now, you could like an easy pivot would be if you had a 140 team and you had an MR unit in there, popping Dario in or something like that to try to get you an elemental counter tank really easily. But do you have a mono win team ready to go? Maybe you like 5-headed it and anticipated there being a lot of earth. So you had Joom, Sottily, something? Like Joom, Sottily, what? Like, what's your other unit right there if you're going that route? Sosha? No. I doubt you're going Joom, Sottily, Sosha. You could... That's the thing with, like, wind is so top heavy. You could go Ed. So like Joom, Edward, Elric, Dario. Is Dario 50 cost? I don't know. He is 60 cost. So you can't actually even do that. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
It's been a while, but usually when I would make a win team, I would say Leela first, then figure out it.
Yeah, Awu Nation, little Leela the pumpkin. Okay, Sorrel is cost 50. She's very strong for wind, but she does not even have a master ability 2 yet. So, I mean, she was strong when she came out. I don't know if she's still there now.
All right, we're going to be joining this third room here, so
yeah, we better get in there quick because these people wait for no one. They are remember when I was describing the people that sit in the waiting room forever, probably just listening to me talk about their teams? These people are like, let's go. They're hungry too. Like, win, lose, time to eat.
I typed the number wrong. Apology. Now we're joining.
Now we're joining.
All right.
Do you know what unit I'd love to see today?
Who?
Is Etra. You could do an Etra team. Oh, now, okay. Undance Waltz running. Is this the same team? It might be. I think this might just be a rematch. Like, we might just be running it back. If we are, you got to figure nothing weird happened last time. There was no counterattacks. There was nothing to think that the exact same thing wouldn't happen again. No, it is different, at least in initial placement this time. Not from Black's team. Black's team's going to stick it out with the same stuff here. We're going to get the buffs online. Bradley's going to scoot. Oh, he's going to go straight with his courage damage. Okay, I like that. Don't mess with buffing. Make sure you get your courage online. Get your damage up. Go for maximum damage. Winged Stern, Sephiroth, Leela coming out here. So not Bradley this time. Bradley goes to the bench. Leela stays out there, but Winged Stern comes in instead. So that's the pivot. There's Keen Blade from Lorenzo, another useful thing that he can do. Now it's Bradley's turn again. He's sticking with self buffs. He gets his shield and his AP auto restore on this time. This is one of the ways you can play Bradley. You could go for his group buff that will give him his like preemptive counterattack, raise some resist for your squad, stuff like that. Or he has two very, very important self buffs, and you can just have those on with his TMR. He'll typically prioritize the TMR third, especially if it's a self buff TMR, and so you can make sure he gets his good buffs online. This is going to be Guard Haste coming out from Lorenzo. It will not be up before Stern goes, but Stern is just going to pop bells and continue to move forward. There's Guard Haste from Lorenzo, so this could be King Bradley lapping the world again if he can land his CT up moves. He steps forward, there it is, Calculated Rin. Big damage on Sephiroth, CT up. Where does that put Bradley in turn order? Right after Sephiroth, who had haste. So Sephiroth's going to go. He's going to try to one-shot Bradley. I doubt it. 5,600, that's not even half. Bradley's going to probably kill Sephiroth right here. Assault Blade comes out. Sephiroth dies, and it is very quickly a 3v2. Uriel going to get to participate, but she's just going to drop back and buff Lorenzo. That's a little unfortunate that she was not in range to do damage yet. It's going to let Winning Stern start moving in, but he's not in range. Can Lorenzo get in range for a jump? No, he's going to cast another buff. This is Guard Haste again, I imagine. Silencing spell comes out from Leela. Big damage, honestly, 2,500 from Leela right there with her silencing spell. Bradley does not care about being silenced. He's going to Calculated Rin the other team, get CT up and not move. So he has maximum CT preserved right there. It will not get him a turn before Lorenzo. Or before Wingstern. I'm sorry, Wingstern's going to move up and kill him with Aegis Crush, but Courage pops, and now it's Bradley's turn again. This man gets more turns than anybody I've ever seen. He takes out Stern, who has re-raise, so re-raise will come bring him back to life with CT up. Down goes Leela, and I believe it's not going to matter the CT up because Bradley's going to go twice in a row and just kill him with an auto attack. This combo of Lorenzo hasting Bradley and Bradley spamming those CT up moves feels absolutely broken. So GG. Lorenzo, Bradley, and Uriel running around in the back buffing people seems really, really powerful. And that's a win. All right. Yep, that would have been Black who picked up the win. I guess you could call it a reverse sweep, because if you go down 1-0 and you come back and win, I believe technically that is a reverse sweep, right?
I guess so.
I guess so. It would definitely call it a reverse sweep if it was a best of 5 or best of 7. But in a best of 3, yeah, sure, reverse sweep. That's what it was. We just saw that.
All right.
Awesome.
Brett Black. Congratulations. Going to be moving on to the finals here.
Semifinals to face Okami.
Oh, yes. Sorry. The semifinal. My bad.
No,
but yeah,
good.
give me a second here. Then we'll be moving on, doing some other things.
All right. So let's talk for a minute about King Bradley while we're waiting. So if you're playing King Bradley and you're wondering how, or if you want to play King Bradley and you want to know how he went that fast, one, he's super fast anyway. He has a lot of agility, so that really helps. Then he has 2 moves, Calculated Rend and Helm Splitter. Calculated Rend restores his CT, and then his other CT restoring move is Quick Lunge. So 2 moves that give him, Quick Lunge gives him 200 CT, so does Calculated Rend. If you combine that with Haste, you are basically talking about a person who's probably the fastest unit on the map, buffing both their speed. Like Haste gives you more like speed, where a CT restore pushes you forward in line. It's kind of a weird thing to describe, but he's super fast and he's cutting in line, so he's a really annoying student in school, and really hard to fight against. That was impressive the way that worked out. Okay, Justin, do you have something to show the people?
I do, yes. So just a couple things. Thank you very much for your awesome insight there. But moving along in the stream here, just a couple things. I wanted to show the bracket here really quick, just so everybody's kind of up to date where we are, what we're doing, that sort of thing. So I am the Knight, Bay, Okami, Black. They're going to be proceeding on in the semifinals. And one of the things that everybody's been waiting for here is the keyword for the 100 Scrolls of Vicissitude. We'll be showing that in a moment. After that, we'll be taking a 10-minute break. So everybody click the link, get your Control-C ready. And I hope everybody's ready.
Here, and I have a little bit of insider info while that's coming out. Undance Waltz, he made it to the top 8, started playing War of the Visions in January.
Wow.
So that's about how quick you can make it to competitive in like high-end PvP right there. That is really impressive. Playing against player did not even have an Alexandrite ring.
I clicked the wrong one here.
That's not. Yeah. We got to give away the top secret password.
Oops. Sorry.
But the form has been linked in both chats, in Twitch chat and YouTube chat.
Yes.
So, here we go.
Right,
I'm definitely filling that out.
No, that's not allowed.
No, I cannot claim the prize.
No. Yes, you can. I'm just kidding. All right, give me a second here. Let me get it ready.
All right. Well, in the meantime, do you actually... okay, I would be very surprised if nobody pivots to some kind of wind team in the semifinals. King Bradley has been everywhere. So there you go. There's your keyword. Illustrious Queen. That's it. I'm going to very quickly type that in myself because I will... I'm definitely going to be taking it. Now, is that because this is the Hourne Cup and Queen Ma Cherie is from Hourne?
That's a good point. I mean, the last one was Six Fangs. That's part of Heinler. That was a Heinler Cup.
Well, there we go.
Anyway, so what you're going to do is you're going to click the link, scan the QR code on the screen, one of those. You're going to get your player ID. You're going to type in the keyword correctly. It's 2 words. So put a space there. Last time there were a lot of really random questions. See, somebody already asked in YouTube chat. All together. So there's one spot, Illustrious Queen. Put that in.
So Illustrious Space Queen.
Yes.
So the secret keyword is 2 words, but there is only one secret keyword.
Yes.
Yes. Like, it's really not actually that complicated to do this. Somebody wants to copy and paste it from chat. I got you. I will type it into chat. Illustrious Queen.
You're so nice.
Man, I typoed it, so they're going to think that's hilarious when they don't get their prize. Just kidding. I typed it correctly. I'm actually opening up the game on my phone right now to look up my player ID so I can put in the code Illustrious Queen to claim my prize as well.
All right, yes. We'll just leave that up for a couple more moments here, get everybody a chance to fill that out, understand what the keyword is.
My player
ID. If anybody
ID...
saw the fangs that was on the screen for like 1 second, that was my... I'm surprised that you saw it for 1 second. That was my fault. I apologize. So it is only Illustrious Queen. And the fangs that we were talking about earlier, that was a previous slide. Apologize for the confusion. But yes, this is the only keyword, Illustrious Queen. There's only one link. There's only one field to fill in. So you type in your name, your player ID, the keyword that you see on the screen right now.
All right. Well, what's coming up next, Mr. Justin? What do the viewers have to look forward to next?
A break?
A break.
Is that what you were getting at?
Yep.
Okay, yes. We are going to have a break, a 10-minute break. And then when we come back, we will be doing the semifinals.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to get a little snack. All this shoutcasting has made me a little bit hungry, so indeed. I will see you all in 10 minutes.
All right. But yeah, so just to close out here real quick, fill out the form. There's no other form. You're free to submit the form right now, and then the rewards should be available in about 2 weeks or so. So look forward to that. We're going to throw to a break. So yeah, we'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Toodles.
The moon and stars are divided by malicious intent. One that will call forth a radiance of destruction upon these lands.
What is that supposed to mean?
I cannot say for certain, my lord. I merely relay what the stars whisper to me.
War of the Visions, Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius.
Are unusual.
Does the prophecy foretell destiny? This is a tale of those who defy their fate. Battle system. The order of action is determined by speed, irrespective of alliance. The turn order of ally and enemy alike is displayed on the left. Units' move and jump values indicate their mobility on the field of battle. Knights and soldiers may not be adept at vertical movement, but their repeated physical attacks are a force to be reckoned with. Dragoons and thieves, on the other hand, can press the advantage on uneven terrain with their physical prowess. Strategize your timing and movements to claim victory. Jobs and abilities. Select from 3 jobs to set as a unit sub-job, thereby augmenting their main job with subcommands. The abilities available in battle will change depending on the sub-job set. Interaction with other players. Friends can lend you their aid on your journey. Hone your skills and prepare for the clashes to come.
I hold still! Yeah!
Those who rely solely on their eyes will overlook what is of true import. Should one choose to live on, even though one suffers in despair? Or should one seek death to afford one's soul its respite?
War of the Visions, Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius. Now available.
This unbearable, insufferable noise. But it won't be long now. The world we seek will soon be upon us.
I thrive on the silence of the darkness's sweet embrace. I suppose you can call me the Dark Witch lurking in the deep abyss.
Don't be like that, Rafi.
Finding someone in this crowded place is like finding a needle in a haystack.
What? You mean they tricked us?
They're the ones who are meant to be our foes.
O endless void, awaken.
It's our duty, okay? Don't interfere. The dark craving for blood and destruction that rests in my accursed left hand. I grow unable to restrain it. Yes, yes.
The moon and stars are divided by malicious intent. One that will call forth a radiance of destruction upon these lands.
What is that supposed to mean?
I cannot say for certain, my lord. I merely relay what the stars whisper to me.
War of the Visions, Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius.
Are unusual.
Does the prophecy foretell destiny? This is a tale of those who defy their fate. Battle system. The order of action is determined by speed, irrespective of alliance. The turn order of ally and enemy alike is displayed on the left. Units' move and jump values indicate their mobility on the field of battle. Knights and soldiers may not be adept at vertical movement, but their repeated physical attacks are a force to be reckoned with. Dragoons and thieves, on the other hand, can press the advantage on uneven terrain with their physical prowess. Strategize your timing and movements to claim victory. Jobs and abilities. Select from 3 jobs to set as a unit sub-job, thereby augmenting their main job with sub-commands. The abilities available in battle will change depending on the sub-job set. Interaction with other players. Friends can lend you their aid on your journey. Hone your skills and prepare for the clashes to come.
Those who rely solely on their eyes will overlook what is of true import. Should one choose to live on, even though one suffers in despair? Or should one seek death to afford one's soul its respite?
War of the Visions, Final Fantasy, Brave EXVIUS. Now available.
This unbearable, insufferable noise. But it won't be long now. The world we seek will soon be upon us.
I thrive on the silence of the darkness's sweet embrace. I suppose you can call me the Dark Witch lurking in the deep abyss.
Don't be like that, Raffi.
Finding someone in this crowded place is like finding a needle in a haystack.
What? You mean they tricked us?
They're the ones who are meant to be our foes.
O endless void, awaken.
It's our duty, okay? Don't interfere. The dark craving for blood and destruction that rests in my accursed left hand. I grow unable to restrain it. Yes, yes.
The moon and stars are divided by malicious intent. One that will call forth a radiance of destruction upon these lands.
What is that supposed to mean?
I cannot say for certain, my lord. I merely relay what the stars whisper to me.
War of the Visions, Final Fantasy, Brave EXVIUS.
Are unusual.
Does the prophecy foretell destiny? This is a tale of those who defy their fate. Battle system. The order of action is determined by speed, irrespective of alliance. The turn order of ally and enemy alike is displayed on the left. Units' move and jump values indicate their mobility on the field of battle. Knights and soldiers may not be adept at vertical movement, but their repeated physical attacks are a force to be reckoned with. Dragoons and thieves, on the other hand, can press the advantage on uneven terrain with their physical prowess. Strategize your timing and movements to claim victory.
All right, everybody, hello, and we are back with the War Divisions Final Fantasy Brave EXVIUS Championship 2023 Hourne Cup. I'm pointing in this direction. It's weird for me. But yes.
I thought you were making horns for a second. That was, yeah, that could have worked.
Hourne
Different
Cup.
horn. Yes.
But yes, we're back with the Hourne Cup. Back with some PvP action. Hopefully everybody was able to figure out that that we had going on. And
yes, I copied it in chat.
Myself, so,
cheese crackers over here. I went with cheese crackers.
But we don't have a ton more to go. We have the semifinals and then the finals. So 3-ish matches or whatever, however you want to call it. We got 3-ish left. But we're going to be diving right back into it here. So the room is already set up. Everybody's already waiting for us. So we're going to be diving into this very shortly.
That's what I like to hear.
One thing here before we do. So yeah, we've had some pretty great matches before already.
I would be surprised. Okay, so here's what I think will happen. I think somebody is going to figure out that if they just run Edward, they can win. Like, just put Ed in there, make a rainbow team if you want to, but throw a wind element unit in there that can handle Bradley, that can handle this. Urel has been all over the place. I think that's probably more because of the cost limitations. Like, Urel's fine. She's good. She's plenty good to be played in cost limited. But if somebody could just figure out a little bit of wind, that could handle this. I think you could go, Joom, Edward, something. Maybe go Sottily, Flag, Glassy, and just not care that they're 120 and throw in any other unit. I think that would win against these Earth teams. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they tested it and maybe there's just not a wind counter for Earth right now, but I don't think that's true. So here we go. I am the Knight is going with the Alphonse team. Now, the problem with the Alphonse team, okay, the map is wrong. Whoever is hosting this, the map is currently set to Plains. So they said they were ready for us, but Plains, look, we don't want to be here until turns happen, and we don't want turns. We don't want the map to end on turns before any damage is done. So if we play, there we go, Hourne Castle Gate. The map is fixed. Now, the Alphonse worked out magically when the enemy was running mono water. This is the opposite scenario. You see a King Bradley. King Bradley will probably eat Alphonse alive. Lightning counter, if you're new, elemental counters are a thing in this game. So yes, it makes sense. Lightning counters water. Lightning strikes water. You get shocked, all of that, so forth. Earth counters lightning because it like grounds it, elemental things. This is what they should teach in school, but we just don't teach this stuff for some reason. So here we go. I do not expect Alphonse to have as much of an impact in this fight, but we'll see what the rest of the team is. It's an okay. Wait a second here. I am the Knight was like, okay, look, I'm not going to begin to try to guess what the thought process here. Are you just going for some like striking damage team? We'll see. It's going to be Naya. It's going to be Bradley and Queen Macherie versus the brothers, right? The Full Metal brothers right here going in. Now, the Full Metal brothers are on opposite sides of the Earth element. Earth counters Alphonse. Edward counters Earth. So, okay, I confuse their names in my head so much. That's why I'm stumbling all over that. But we will see what happens. I expect to see big damage from the wind unit here as Queen Macherie starts moving in. There's a quicken onto Al. He's hasting his way in there so he can go get popped. We'll see. He is really, really tanky. 15,000 HP. That's big time tank numbers. Only 9,700 for Ed, but Ed is a damage dealer, not a tank. Ed was the free unit. I got that wrong when I talked about it earlier. Ed was the handout unit, so a lot more people have him. Let's see how he shows here against 2 premium Earth units. We're going to get another Quicken channeled right here by Phoebe, I think. I kind of hope it's not that because, well, Macherie's going to hit him. Now, Macherie cannot do 15,000 damage. I don't think it's actually possible for her to do that unless she's running like crazy, you know, vision cards, stuff like that. And actually, that was tanked fairly effectively. Only 4,000 damage right there. On to Al. It's his turn next, still with 11,000 HP. He's going to do his Earth Alchemy right here on the Earth unit. 1,900, followed up by 2,300, and lands the slow, maybe removing Macherie from this fight. She does catch the Curaga, but she's getting low on HP, and here comes Ed. He's going to target her. Pillar Transmutation 13,999, and there it is. Like we were saying, you bring this guy, he's going to do insane damage to these Earth units. Now, Queen Macherie does proc her CT up, and even though she is slowed, the slowed is removed by the re-raise, and the CT up will give her a turn right after Bradley. So she's going to get to chain with him on at least Alphonse right here. Now, Edward will get a turn. Oh no. Wow. Edward's slowness might cost him right here. Al's going to get quickened. So what can he do? Glimmer of Conviction comes out on all three. He lives. That's important. And so does Phoebe. Armored Flash Kick, 4,000 damage with Protect Remove. And he heals for that. So a nice bit of healing there. Naya still exists. And so far, Naya, with her healing, has not been super impactful yet. It's been more the re-raise from Macherie that's kept her alive instead of the healing. But we will see some healing channel. Maybe we'll see some healing channeled, or maybe we've disconnected. If we disconnected, we should probably try to like jump back in here as quick as possible. I do think we have been DC'd. Okay. Let's see here. We'll see. Well, back to the analyst desk. So, Alphonse and Edward. Here's what I think. I think it was a really good idea to put Edward in. Alphonse tanked better than I thought he would against the Earth units. So, we'll see what happens there. Now, I do want to point out, yeah. Are they still going? Do we know if that match is still going? Yes. They are continuing. Okay. So I never remember like which team was which. Like you had the Alchemist Brothers team versus the Earth team. Who was the Alchemist Brothers? Was that I Am the Knight or was that Bay? Yes. I Am the Knight was the Alchemist Brothers. Okay. So Bay was Earth, Alchemist Brothers was Knight. Let's see. I see people typing in the Discord. We're waiting now to see if we know who won or lost. I'm going to pull up some info here about our favorite new wind unit in the game. Let me go find him. Edward Elric. Let's see. So this guy has his best move is, well, let's talk about it. He's got 100% hit move. His Pillar Transmutation, which you saw him cast in that fight, is a guaranteed hit move that gives him defense penetration, and it's a move where he can select up to 2 targets. That's interesting. Then he has another strike damage move, which is a physical barrier breaker. And if the unit has AP auto restore, hits for XXL damage. I'm reading chat right here. We might be doing a remake of this last match. Justin, do you have any info on that for us?
It seems like we are doing a rematch. The tournament manager, Judge Numero Uno, just said that we are going to be doing a rematch. So we will be doing their last match as a rematch.
Okay, so there we go. Now, I believe in a rematch, they have to use the same units. But if what I'm understanding about this is right, the map being changed at the last second and then hitting start did not allow for the players to do initial placement. Right. So I believe the player who was not hosting, I believe Bay was the player who was not hosting, messaged the ref and said, hey, I didn't have time to do initial placement because we did a late map change and I would like a rematch. That was said. I do want to point out that was said before the match was over and probably said very early into the match. And a lot of times people will not be, especially with language barriers, it can be difficult to understand exactly, like, is somebody just complaining? Is somebody asking for a rematch? You know, like, you don't know. If somebody's like, oh, I didn't have time to do initial placement. Well, are you asking if we can remake the game? Or, you know, like, what exactly do you want? So I think we've parsed that out, and he did indeed request a rematch, and they've decided to do that. That makes sense in my opinion. You have to use the same teams, but initial placement's a big deal. If you've never played auto PvP at like a high level, initial placement matters a lot. It'd be really curious if Bay won that match. You know, we didn't end up getting to see who won, but if he won and requested a rematch and the rematch happens and he loses, that's a little bit of a cell phone.
I think he asked before any of that was known.
Yeah, he did ask before the match was over. Yeah, I do know that because I saw it being talked about before. Yeah. Okay. So,
yeah, live tournaments. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Oh yes. We'll take a moment to do a shout out to the people behind the scenes. We have tournament managers, we have tournament referees, we have people on a little bit of like technical support stuff. That we don't have the Chinese live stream going simultaneously this time.
That's correct.
So we do not have to shout them out, but you know, they do their thing during some of the tournaments. And now we do have a new room code with hopefully the correct room match.
It is. Ta-da.
Excellent. And we are in. So Bay currently doing initial placement this time. That's important stuff. And then I am the knight with that Alphonse Edward team. I struggle so much to when I see both those units on the screen. In my mind, like when I watched Full Metal Alchemist the first time, it always seemed to me like Alphonse would have been the name of the older kid and not the younger kid. So I don't know why, but that's not true. Alphonse is the big robot because it's transmuted into the armor, not a robot, transmuted into armor by his brother, Edward. So there we go. Blessing of Truth comes out. There's the AoE resist buff coming out from Edward right there. Edward is an AoE resist specialist. He has 10 AoE resist built into his Transcendence. So he's looking to really tank up against those AoE moves. Bradley's going to do his preemptivity buff. This is the difference between the Bradley builds I was talking about earlier. That's the version of Bradley right there where you hope you run into some physical damage and you kill them with your preemptive counter before they kill you. What you're sacrificing to get that online is you are sacrificing potentially 1 turn of your self buff. He did not move far backwards to get that off. He just kind of pivoted 1 space to the left to cast that buff. Now, if he ends up being in range to engage before he can get like his shield online, he becomes a lot less tanky in that way. So right here, he's going to do his first version of his self buff. It's poise. So there's his physical damage buff. That's really important as well. Like you want him to do more damage. You want him to have courage and all of that. But he really shines after his second round of buffing is in play. Still, the preemptivity counterattack is very powerful. I have seen that win fights all by itself, and it has a very high proc chance. Okay, Naya's back in the back, passing out protects to everybody. Queen Macherie is going to go Padfoot, give herself haste and hate down. It'll be interesting to see if that hate down comes into play. I believe she'll be the only one in range for Al on his first turn. He's not in range of anybody yet. He's going to buff his max HP. He's up to 16.3k health. He cannot get 1 shot. In fact, he was so tanky last time. I would be surprised if he's even getting 2 shots. So, 3,400 damage from Macherie, who boosts her evocation gauge. We might see our first summon of the day in this. Calculated Rend comes out, and even after all of that chaining, Al is still hanging on with just under 50% HP as Edward moves in to start doing some damage. Edward's going to step to the right. He's in range. Wallbreaker comes out. AoE attack. It is missed. Macherie dodged it. Okay. Queen Macherie, not an evasion unit. Apparently, Edward has negative 500 accuracy right there. That's really unfortunate. Now, Alphonse's turn. Everybody's grouped up. Can he do some big time damage to these earth units? He's going to scoot to the left. Go for Boulder Blockade. He one-shots the Naya and almost kills the Bradley. So no healing for you, Naya. Bradley will proc CT up, which is something we've seen a million times today. Calculated Rend on Al. And I underestimated Al's ability to handle these earth units. He's out here just being a monster. Like, my respect level for Al goes up every time I see him in a fight, and it's continuing here. Pillar of Transmutation comes out. It just does damage to everybody all over the place. Macherie goes down. She has re-raise. Bradley goes down. He has courage. So both units live, And but they're on their last life, I guess you could say. Okay, Mashari's turn next. She's going to move over. She's going to limit break. This will hit both the brothers. It is going to do, I don't know. At this point, I don't know what kind of damage this even does to Al. It does 3,200 and then less than that to Ed. So tanked it up really well. And with Phoebe backing him up, she's actually out of range. She's going to just cast a TMR buff on herself and stand over there on the sidelines. That could be a problem. Calculated Rend is going to come out from Bradley. It does not quite kill Alphonse. It does. Okay, Al's going to go. This is a smart play by Al. He's going for Mashari. I think Bradley still had one turn of his preemptive counterattack on. Had he gone for Bradley, Bradley might have killed him before he did the damage. Now, Bradley, since he didn't move, is going to immediately get to go again. He's going to pop Drain Zone. It almost double kills. Like, Bradley is out here really, really flexing on this team and almost solo carrying it. I believe his preemptive counterattack is off. At this point, it could completely change the fight. If it's on, this could be crazy. It would make a crazy difference right here. Okay, Ed, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Ed? Are you going to summon? Are you going to do your limit break? He's going to go behind him and just punch him in the back for 5,000 damage. He takes off all his buffs and kills him. And I Am the Knight picks up the win. The Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, that's the name of a show. And I think I just described their relationship to each other at the same time.
Yes,
gets the win.
Indeed.
I Am the Knight wins the remake 1-0 advantage. GG.
GG. Very well done. That was pretty close. Pretty clutch match there.
Yep.
Ish. I mean, well, yeah, it was.
It was close.
It went on
Bradley
longer than I
almost
expected it to.
overcame everything.
Yes.
Like, his ability to take all of those turns in a row, chain with himself, just nuts.
For sure. All right, moving right along here. We're going to be moving into the second round here very shortly. Waiting for that to get made. They're going back. They're reassessing what happened. You know, maybe Bay is going to switch off an Earth team. Probably.
Do you switch? Yeah, I don't know.
I would switch, to be honest.
You know what I would do? I think I would just put Bradley on double self buff and just let him go. Maybe give him some haste. Find a way to get haste worked in on there. Instead of Mashari getting haste, maybe give it to Bradley. That's tough, though. I don't know. Okay, so looking at Alphonse here. Alphonse is, again, one of the ways Alphonse was able to survive all of that so well is, again, he's a unit that takes advantage of single target resist and AoE resist. Alphonse has single target resist 15 in his Dream ability. And if you look at his skills, he has a self-buff Izumi stance that gives him physical damage. Or no, I'm sorry, that's his physical damage buff. He has Expertise of the Alchemist, which is a single buff. Gives him slash resist, AoE resist 20, elemental chain resist, and Dispel Protect. So having both of those resist and elemental chain resist really, really helped him against Bradley. Now, Bay has gone to the bench in a big way. We are going to see Auronnj coming out here. Did anybody have Auronnj on their bingo board? I doubt it. It's mono ice. Auronnj, Snow, Natasha. So this is a spicy team. I Am the Knight is sticking with his squad. Let's talk about ice. Ice counters wind and is not then subsequently countered by lightning. So only good things running ice right here. The bad thing about running ice is I would not consider ice the strongest element in the game right now. And after seeing what I just saw from Al in the previous fight, can Al just come out here and dominate this team with a support kind of almost by himself? I will say, in the last fight, Phoebe got stuck. The Phoebe was actually very ineffective after her first couple rounds of buffs and quickens. Like right here, you see she's going to put the quicken on Al. That's great. So he'll be able to move forward, do his tanking thing. But Phoebe ended up getting stuck kind of down at the bottom of the pillars right there. So let's see if that happens again. Now, Edward's going to be a lot less effective on this team. If Edward starts eating some AoEs while Al's tanking, Ed will pop. He does not have the HP pool that his brother has. He is elementally weak to these units. I could see him being less effective here, but I anticipate Al being a monster. He's at 16.3k HP just like before. I Am the Knight's team is playing out exactly the same way. It's just what happens here. Drain Glyph comes out. So HP absorb buff there from Auronnj. Very interesting. Will Snow and Natasha be able to take advantage of that? It's double tank carry. This is look at this HP. Like, Taunting Blade comes out here from Nasha. It doesn't do any damage, but she's not here to do any damage. She's here to be a super tank with 13k HP as an MR unit. She gets punched for 787 from the carry on Knight's team. That's what you're looking for right there. You want your units just not taking damage from the enemy's carry. Al, the enemy's tank, though, is going to try to show if he's a carry as well. He steps down, Boulder Blockade. There's that big damage, but these units all have lifesteal on them. Bay's team is going to be healing. There's Spirit Breaker onto the tank, 2300 damage, and will heal for 444. Okay, that's not bad. Ed is staying far back. There's going to be another Clock Turn Quicken coming in. Demon Purger comes out 1916. That did not do much. Alphonse is standing there like a wall. Here comes Ed. He steps to the side. Transmuting Pillar. Decent damage and buff remove right there. Okay, Natasha's turn next. She's going to have to hit the tank again. A Blade Bash. It does not stun him. That had a chance of stunning, and he's going to catch a Quicken right here, so it would have kind of nullified that. Instead, it does not stun him, and Al's going to get to take his turn. Natasha definitely still has hate, so Ed has to, or Al has to hit her and Snow, hitting both tanks, and man, oh man, there is a lot of tankiness in this fight. And the carries have so far been unable to pierce through that. Although Ed is working them down. The Ice team is not healing for as much as maybe they anticipated with that life steal, because they've so far only been able to hit tanks. Snow going to continue to hit the tank, 2913. He'll heal for about 1000. Here's another Quicken onto Al. Phoebe much more effective in this fight, getting her Quickens off. Boulder Blockade comes out again. Again, it almost kills people, but Snow with that self-healing is staying alive. Okay, Auronnj is up next. This Al has yet to even trigger healing from Phoebe. What is Auronnj going to do? She's going to step forward. She's going to limit break. Now, Phoebe might never heal in this fight if Auronnj's limit break actually kills her right here. This looks a lot like Victoria's limit break in animation, but it is different. It is actually Auronnj instead of her. It does not kill either. It does lower their pierce resistance. Cura's going to come out, and Phoebe's back to full. Al's back to about half. Nasha's out of AP, so no more aggro generating from her. Another Pillar Transmutation. This one takes Snow super low. It's going to trigger his self-healing. Al's going to step back right here. He's just going to punch because I think he's out of AP. 2500, and he's brought the aggro to his brother right there. Snow wastes no time taking advantage of that. Ed's going to scoot to the side, punch Auronnj, and take her out. The carry goes down for the Ice team. Curata comes out, and this Al is unkillable at this point. I don't know if the Ice team can kill Al. They've moved on to other targets at this point, but Al is just wreaking havoc. 2780 on the Snow. The Ice team is definitely out of their self-healing at this point. Ed does go down, so it's a 2v2. If it comes to turns, it will be determined by HP remaining. Phoebe's going to step forward. She could look to full life. She is going to look to full life. It lands, so back to a 3v2. Phoebe much more effective in this. Alphonse going to punch Snow for over 1000. Ed's going to follow that up with his limit break, Full Metal Rage. The classic clap your hands anime cutscene right here. 2974. Snow is hanging in there by a thread. Natasha moves in, hits everybody with Saintly Cross. That was pretty cool. Her equivalent exchange counterattack gets her for 963. Not much. Phoebe, is Phoebe doing damage this time? Maybe. Ravage is going to kill 2 people. Uh-oh, the turnaround from Snow. With only 7 turns left, Al must find a kill right here. He's got to kill Snow. Does he do it? Courage! He doesn't kill him. He's going to run out of turns. The Ice team is going to win because, unless he counterattacks. Nope. Okay. The Ice team wins because they had 2 characters left. The Courage saves them. I think if there were 12 more turns in that fight, Alphonse wins. However, you only have 40 turns to win it. The Ice team just finds a way. Just finds a way. And GG, we will have the 3rd match of this best of 3.
Yes, we will. That was a close one. Yeah, everybody always forgets about that Snow Courage, but then it sneaks up on you at the worst possible time.
Well, and I wasn't sure if it popped, like if the Courage went off when his heal did. Like I saw him get chunked low, but where there was a little bit of like, I'm watching this on a Zoom call. And so the quality is not as high for me. And I just like, if there's very low HP bars, I just see about nothing. Like 0 and 10 HP look the same. So
We
yeah.
all see that.
Oh, we all see that. Okay.
Yes.
Well, there we go.
Cool.
Ooh.
Next room coming up. So now, like, did that work well enough to keep running ice?
No.
No.
No way.
I don't think so. So
No.
if you're I am the knight, do you know
Okay.
that the ice team is going to switch? So do you stay?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, the Full Metal Alchemist brothers seem really strong.
Yeah, it was. It was working really well, and I think they really would have won. But
I have no doubt. Who's killing him? Like Snow doesn't have the damage to kill him, and I mean the other Natasha. Nasha. No way. Nasha's like auto attacking for 260 damage. There's no chance.
But yeah, so I don't know. I think this next one is going to be interesting. I will see if they're going to switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Phoebe
Now we
did
just
have
got
a full life.
players are changing comps, I guess, according to chat. So
The Phoebe did have a full life, but other than that, I don't know that she was. I mean, she did have a couple quickens, but Al wasn't going anywhere anyways. I don't know. I think I'd probably stick with her though.
I would too. Maybe Phoebe. Yeah, like if you're gonna change anything, what Phoebe did good was getting Al way ahead of Ed, but then her quickens after that weren't saving a ton of CT. It's really hard to like time your quickens past about the first or second one, and, you know, because like you don't even know if you're gonna get more quickens than 2, because the AI will switch into healing mode or DPS mode. I don't know. Maybe drop Phoebe for something, but Snow showed up bigly right there with the courage.
Bigly.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just waiting for them to make the room. I would assume they're making changes and adjustments. I mean, it almost worked for both of them, right? So that's the worst thing. It's like,
yeah.
If I had a counter, if I had a crit, you know, if that Auronnj would have killed that Phoebe, I think that match would have gone. I mean, they won, but I think it would have gone a lot differently then too.
Very differently. I don't know if Auronnj has like I don't know if she can do it. You know what I mean? Like that felt like the weak link to me was running the mono or the solo carry Auronnj. Like she's sitting on she's not even master ability 2.
Right. And
yeah,
her
so
agility
like,
in that match seemed like it was probably the lowest of the whole composition.
Yeah, she was not fast enough. No.
I think she had
if we're talking
abilities.
140 Auronnj, like after she catches her max master ability and she catches transcendence upgrade, then it's very different. Then that jump kills Phoebe. It's a bit totally different match at that point. But
shout out
she's a
for
little
using
behind the
ice
power.
team. Nasha, bit of a powerhouse.
Yep.
140.
Oh yeah, Nasha was rocking almost 14,000 HP in that. And her dream upgrade gave her 15% more agility. Yes, yeah, just check. 15% more agility. So that's nice and fast. Oh, we got a room
actually
coming.
diving in right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Like Bay could. I was wondering if somebody would go Fire Evade. I felt like Fire Evade was the strong thing that we haven't seen yet, and there it is. Yuffie, 3915 attack. It's probably Yuffie Pissarro Naya or Yuffie Pissarro It could be Yuffie Pissarro. Well, what's the cost we're at there? We're not. Yuffie's not 100 cost unit.
No, she's not. She's
So
90, I think.
90, and then Pissarro is what? He's sitting at 90. So you're at 180. You could run any MR unit in the game besides the 65 cost MR units, because for some reason, Ollie Minsalir, like Lightning gets 2 units that are 65 cost, essentially 70. That is you might as well be 70 cost if you're 65. So it's going to be
They both did switch up their pumps.
Yes, so a couple very interesting things happening right here. One, it's a Perrine. Perrine comes out and ends up like definitely I Am the Knight was thinking Fire Evade is on the table. So I'm going to switch to Water. Now, Justin, as the Water player, can Perrine handle full Fire Evade?
Yeah, there's always a bit of RNG involved, but I think for the most part it can do well because Perrine has a guaranteed hit.
Right, but with Yuffie
doesn't-
out there,
yeah, she doesn't really care about that.
right?
It'd be interesting to see how the first couple of like exchanges are going to be the most important of the whole thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Then how does Fire Evade do against the 16k HP Owl? Like, do they have the damage there? Seymour, I've yet to see a 140 Seymour like in action, and I really thought we would see double evade UR with a sub UR cost limited option. Instead, Seymour's a cost limited option, and Bay went for the tank, saying, I'm just going to tank up and try to keep Yuffie and Seymour alive. I don't hate that play, and I especially like the play if you can make King Mont run away from your team. That's brilliant. Like, King Mont standing over there by himself, buffing his resist, his move jump. Like, these first few rounds of damage are going to be only into King Mont. Now, for Perrine, that's in her favor, I think, because she's not worried about him dodging anything. She's going to just punch him. She already procced his heal, and I believe she's going to catch a Quicken. This is another strike team right here, like leading into Owl's striking ability, which we already said. Look how much damage he's doing as the tank. That was like 6k damage almost. Here's the Quicken onto Perrine. Mont's dead. Like, Mont is absolutely toast right here, unless he dodges it. Subjugating Fist comes out. It's 13.9k damage. He's toast, but Perrine moves forward in front of the tank, which is never a great idea, and she's getting chained. I don't know that Seymour has the damage to take full advantage. In fact, Seymour gets preemptively countered and takes most of his HP. He's actually worse off for that trade, especially after Perrine procs her health. I don't know. I Am the Knight feels like they've got this to me. But there is Yuffie. Like, Yuffie might just dodge everything, and then who knows what's going to happen. Now, she didn't dodge Al. Al hit her for 6,000 and full healed himself off of that, so that's pretty OP. And then here's Perrine. What's she going to do? She goes Subjugating Fist on Seymour. Again, max damage, about 14,000. Seymour's out of this fight. Yuffie V3, and one of those three is a striking water unit. Windstorm comes out. She does manage to hit both of those units, but it didn't really hurt. And that's a problem. Like, you do want to hurt the enemy team when you're hitting them. Speaking of hurt, here's Perrine. She's behind Yuffie, which is a good place to be. She's going to scoot to the side of Yuffie and buff, so she could not hit her. That's okay. Now, here's Quicken onto Al. Al already successfully hit her once. What's he going to do this time? He's going to hit her again. 67-48. Al takes Yuffie down, and I Am the Knight picks up the win.
Clean
once
sweep.
Again. The reverse sweep?
The reverse clean sweep.
The reverse clean sweep. Wow. Okay. We're just doing all of the stuff here today. I Am the Knight GG going on to the finals, which will be a best of 5 against either Okami or Black.
Indeed, that was a good pick. I love seeing the Perrine. And also want to give a shout out to that King Mont. His 140 giving him the ability to have that heal is really, was very effective on him. Been a nightmare due to that.
Well, because I would say Fire lacks. I mean, sure, there's the selection quest unit. Can't remember her name off the top of my head. She's a healer. But Fire, you have Naya you could go with. I don't know. Fire lacks that, like, top. Do what? Meanwoo. Thank you. Yes, Meanwoo. Fire lacks that top tier support option. And so Mont being able to heal himself allows him to play with like 2 evade units or 2 DPS units. Like you could run Setia Hio Mont, and Mont feels like he could just go do what he needs to do by himself. And that is a really big upgrade for him.
Yep.
I use King Mont all the time. All the time.
I have yet to 140 him.
You haven't 140'd him?
No.
Do you need more antler visagenic antlers? I tried to say it the right way.
I don't need more because I'm not sure what I want them on yet. No, I've been really calculating. I've been trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. Same with the scrolls.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
Indeed.
All right, let's take a look. Setting up the next match, which is Black.
Black versus Okami.
Yep. Room is already set up. They were ready to go. They were itching to get started here.
Good. Let's do it. Water. Okay, the role Water has played today has been pretty interesting too, because Water has been this like pivot to in like it's been like pocket pick Perrine today. Just go to the bench when you need her and pull Perrine out, and she's done great things.
Yeah, Perrine really is great, and she looks cool. That's bonus points.
She does.
I really like how she looks. I would love to see an Analyst show up. She works really well against magic, but I don't know. Maybe she, you know, she's a healer too, so I don't know. I like using her every day in guild battle. I sort of target magic, and I can't really do anything against her. But
she doesn't target fire very well, though, does she?
Right. She is, because fire is just really stacked. Really stacked on physical.
Yuffie, Pissarro.
Pissarro, Kingmont. Like, well, I guess there is the Roy Mustang, and he was popping out a bit, but
yeah, Roy Kefka just came out.
That's
so
true also. So maybe her time is coming.
Yeah, her time could be now. I was gonna say we've only seen Kefka once today, but we actually have not seen Kefka because that match DC'd.
Right.
So that's too bad.
So yeah, we're just waiting for the match to set up here, and then we'll be diving on in. I hope everybody out there is having a nice Sunday, and it's not Sunday, Saturday. I had to wake up really early. Nice Saturday.
We do have a room number at least.
Yeah, I'm in it. We only got one.
Okay, we're just waiting for them to say. Okay.
So yeah, it seems like the FMA collaboration has been first and foremost during this tournament today.
Dude, I did not expect to see this many FMA units. Actually, they have been all over the place.
For sure.
Oh
all right, so we're actually going to be diving in right now.
Perfect. Well, there's two familiar faces, Winged Stern and King Bradley, both coming out again. Yeah, they're just itching to get it going. Now, there's 5 Earth units in this match. It's the return of the Lorenzo team right here, so I'm very excited to see that continue to do good. And in fact, what I'd like to see is Lorenzo actually do damage. He's been purely a support, which is impressive considering he's a Dragoon. Like, the Dragoon can purely support is awesome, but he's been Keenblade into hasting. Now, as the counter to that right here, what Okami's done is moved their units as far forward as possible. This team, Black's team, takes full advantage of letting a team get their buffs online. Let Bradley get both his self buffs off, let Lorenzo hit him with a haste. So, can Okami's team actually get into range of that and prevent those shenanigans from happening? I don't know. They get a little haste on themselves right here. We're going to get Reawakening from Winged Stern. And now it will be Yrel's turn. Yrel going to do another round of buffing and start heading towards the enemy. Indomitable stance. Give yourself courage and a little bit of AP restore. Here's Lorenzo. Is he in range to do damage? Nope. He is going to get his haste cast. So that's nice. Calculated Rin comes out. Oh my gosh. Speaking of nice, the damage that King Bradley just did to King Bradley right there was nice. We're at like 20% HP. Is Murmur possibly in range of a jamming thrust? No, she's not. She's going to go for another fast cast, I believe. Here's Bradley on the counterattack. He's going to move in. Dawn of a New End. So the limit break is coming out right here. 3,000, 4,300, and then finally 5,400. That is a one-shot. King, oh my gosh. Forget tanking. We're just going to one-shot people. Stern sees that, and he puts Saintly Wall, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply a little physical barrier to myself right here because that was scary. And then here comes the unlimited turns King Bradley. He just killed somebody. He comes right back out, knocks the haste off of Stern and chunks him to about half HP. Yrel, I believe, is in range to do damage right here. Yes, she is. Nope, she's not. Fatal Oath. Courage removal, accuracy online. Lorenzo, is he in range to do his like jumping right here? Nope, he's not. He's just going to start channeling another haste. Murmur going to move forward, start casting a spell. Bradley gets to go again because it's Bradley, and he's going to end up chaining everything himself. Calculated Rin comes out. Down goes Stern. He has re-raise, so he will come back, but Murmur is killed. So Stern, here's what you got to do. You have to kill everybody right now. Like, you have to kill them all. And that's only 2 of them. He does kill Bradley, but Bradley has courage, and then when his courage pops, guess what? He gets CT up. So it's going to be his turn again here in just a moment. Lorenzo does give himself haste, because why not? And then there's Bradley getting to go again. Auto attack for 5,000. And this black team of Lorenzo, Bradley, Uriel. Once again, Uriel did 0 damage in that fight. 0. She did not have to do damage. It was just hasted CT up King Bradley, running everybody over. And that is a very quick 1-0 lead for Black in this best of 3.
Guess we know who has the better King Bradley.
Yeah. If I'm Black, I don't change off of that team until I have to.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit unfortunate. It always feels bad when, you know, you got a unit standing way out in front of everybody else that just sort of eats it all up.
Yeah. Well, and the Okami's Bradley did a lot of damage to start things off. And I was like, ooh, that's scary. If Stern could have followed that up with another, but Stern didn't have the range. He was just stuck back there.
Yep.
You know, he put all his buffs on, but by the time he got into the fight, it was like 3v1. So, yeah. Oof.
Right, waiting for the next room here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Like you said, Black doesn't need to do anything.
Nope. I'm running that team till somebody makes me not run it.
But the interesting thing is the final match that we have today is going to be best of 3. No, that's wrong. Best of 5. So it's going to be 3 wins. So there will be
so just run it 3
more
times.
Adjustments and maybe more shenanigans going on between.
Maybe. One thing about this map is it's almost impossible to do the range ruining thing, where you put a unit so far forward it ruins the other team's buffing. Like, I think Okami tried that right there, but by the time his Bradley got up there, Black's Bradley had both buffs on and was hasted. And that is the win condition. It feels like if that happens, the guy gets 6 turns to your team's 1, and it just runs everybody over. Okay. While we're waiting for the room to go up, I will tell everybody my mom just texted me and asked me if I wanted some lunch, and I said no. So there's a little real life update. You know,
why'd you
some
say
play-by-play of my cell phone.
You mean like lunch, like right now at this moment?
Like right now at this moment. That's why I said no. She asked what time I was going to be done earlier, and I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe by like 12:30 or 1. No, it looks like I'm going to be wrong on that by a little bit. Because these people keep changing their team comps for Tim. Just kidding. I
mean, that's not.
It really hasn't been that bad. Let's see here. Okay. What about Rysal? Is Rysal somebody who can come out here and defeat this Earth nonsense? Because she's a really new wind unit. If we're looking at cost 100 wind units, what if you went Rysal, Joom, and now you're at 200. Rysal, Joom. Nope, you'd have to play Sosha. So that's probably not happening. Sosha doesn't even have a 140. So that's no. No, so you're not playing Rysal, Joom anything. I guess you play Rysal, Joom, Slime. Or some kind of like off element. You could play Edward, Rysal, Dario. That could work. Yeah, I might try that. But to try that, you have to have Rysal leveled up. I don't know that she's one of the most popular units in the game, but I do think she would be able to deal with this this Earth stuff at least better than what we've seen so far.
Yeah, haven't really seen her around that much at all.
No, it's Earth. Wind is in a little bit of a down right now. Wind is not exactly popping off at this moment.
Yeah, until Flag Glassy gets her 140.
Yep, then it's all good. Then Wind is back on the table, as the orcs from Moria would say.
I would love to see her matched with Winter Luartha. That would be deadly.
Winter Luartha was Flag Glassy before Flag Glassy.
Yeah, she really was. She was every single person that Winter Luartha hit took 10,000 damage.
Yep.
When she was out.
It was awesome. Okay, so here we go. Black running a 5,027 attack comp. I bet I know what that is. And Okami running a winged stern something something. Now, Is Okami just saying, I'm going to run back the same team, but initial placement is going to be the difference? I mean, maybe. I think okay, so like maybe you do it the opposite way. Maybe you take advantage of Bradley only self-buffing and running forward, and you play all the way in the back, because it's the same comps. These are the same teams. Placement is different right here. Black also changed his placement. Okami went all the way to the other end of his. In fact, both players may be anticipating adjustments, switch to the other side of the map. So if it plays out the same, that's definitely better for Black, and we're moving on to the finals. If it plays out differently somehow, then Okami can maybe get the win, and we go to a game 3. Okay, Murmur's up next. Murmur's going to be doing her fast cast right here, which is amazing buff to red mages now that fast cast gives haste. There's Keenblade from Lorenzo, this time hitting both other units, which is interesting. Bradley going to go self-buff number 2, Shadow Dance, get that shield and AP restore online. He starts moving up towards the middle of the map to get ready to fight. Uriel going to go Indomitable stance, give herself courage, and move forward. They are grouped. If this team from Okami can get up there and just lay some like massive attacks down, that could be nice. But once again, Stern not quite in range. He's going to have to pop re-raise and move forward. He's in range of the enemy. At kind of the wrong time. Now, he does have haste. He has early haste. Calculated Ren comes out. There's a lot of damage with CT up from Bradley. Now it's Lorenzo's turn. Did Bradley right there get far enough forward that Lorenzo won't be hasting? Nope. Lorenzo moves up and starts hasting. Here's Assault Blade. Just destroys him. Just walks up there and does all of his HP and damage with courage remove, and then catches a haste. So here we go. The Bradley shenanigans begin. Does Murmur go for the kill? Remember, this Murmur earlier in the day did 1 billion damage with her Stone Aga. She's going to get a chance to do something right here. She might look to kill Bradley. Stern moves forward. 100 Edges comes out. That pops the courage. If Murmur, wait, CT up. Nope, it is. It's Stone Aga Innervator. Goodbye, Bradley. 4,000 damage. And Bradley, the Slayer of Worlds, goes down. Lorenzo's going to have to carry. Uriel gets her courage pop. She does get CT up as a bonus to that. She's got 71 AP. She needs to do a lot of damage and set Lorenzo up for some kind of win right here. Fury comes out. Her limit break. It's going to probably... You feel like this probably kills Murmur, right? Like, is Murmur surviving this Uriel limit break? 5,300 damage. No, she's not. Murmur goes down. So it is a 2v1 for now, but Uriel's sitting on 1 health. And Lorenzo is going to have to start hurting people. What do you got, Lorenzo? We've been nothing, because reflex happens. Oh boy. But no, that is still something. Re-raise was removed, so that was not worthless. However, Uriel will die. That's unfortunate. So Lorenzo has to kill Stern, but now he only has to kill him 1 time. He moves forward. He's going to jump again. We need to see a lot of damage here, Lorenzo. 1923 isn't going to cut it. That's a debuffing move, not a killing move. Convergence Plus comes out. 6,900 is more in line with what a carry is looking to do. Okay, Lorenzo, what do you got? You better have something big. You're in range for whatever you want. 34 AP. He's going to just poke him for 1834. That's not it. That was not what we were looking for. And initial placement ends up being the difference. Okami picks up the win, and there
he had AP. What happened there? Did he just have everything turned off or something?
It could be that AoE, the AI will prioritize highest damage. So,
right.
Or it also won't jump if the unit would move out of the jump. So I think what was going to happen there is Lorenzo could have done a jump, but it would have been Stern's turn, and Stern would have moved out of it. So AI went with insta-cast, auto attack. And that was not the way to go.
Either way, we're 1-1.
Yeah, I think the reflex did not matter.
Yeah, I think it would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it would have looked a little closer, but no.
But the same thing happened this match that happened last match is Bradley 1 went up, did some stuff. Bradley 2 came up and just cleaned house. So are we going to see that happen a third time?
You know what the difference was, though? Bradley 2 was killed by Murmur. Murmur was in range to do damage. That Stone Aga killed Bradley at 1 HP. Instead of letting Bradley at 1 HP run around the map, just dropping AoE, CT up, 3-hit chaining moves for the whole rest of the game. So Murmur was the difference.
All right, diving into the next room here.
All right.
we're already, what am I saying? If we already got a room, then there probably wasn't a lot of changes.
No, I still don't think I'd change my team if I was black. Maybe just move my units back a little bit, keep them out of Murmur's devastating AoE range.
Is Stern working? Do you think Stern is doing the best that he can do?
No. Has not felt good to me in this tournament. Won that one, but off the back of, like, he's not, I would say he's not overperforming. He's probably doing good enough. Just good enough.
So what I think is interesting is so far I don't think we've had any missile. And we've had barely any magic. It's just been what am I trying to say? What's the word? Yeah, it's been like physical slashing, but it's been like
striking.
Bruiser. Here we go. That's the word I was looking for.
Bruiser. Yes. The bruiser meta is alive and well. Absolutely. And Earth has always been about bruisers. They just never were good enough to counter the like healer tank damage or double damage healer or something like that. Now, Bradley, Uriel, you got all these like Earth bruiser, like the Sephiroth Bradley meta feels like what we're living in right now, where you have these huge damage units. Vega probably fits in that category. Reagan, Hio, I don't know. You know what I'd like to see? I would like to see somebody play fire, but not fire evade. I actually think non-evade fire can be better than evade fire.
Hio, Roy.
Hio, King Mont, something.
Okay.
Or you go Hio, Setia. Let's see. What do you run? If you run, what's the 40 cost options for fire? Let's look. So 40, 30, 20 cost for fire. Naya, Mish. Could you go Hio with a Naya? Again, I don't know. Like you said, Naya doesn't feel as good because you don't have much magic running around. So Reflect's not going to do anything for you. Okay. Black is running it back. Just moving, I imagine just moving initial placement around. And Okami's probably running it back 4,300, 1,900. Is that the same as it was before? Maybe. Maybe.
Guess we'll see.
Somebody in chat just asked, is my Izayaoi pronunciation good now? I don't know.
Look, let's do this again. It's very simple. E.
Okay. E.
Da. Yoi.
Yaoi. Yoi.
No, Yoi.
Izayaoi. I can't say that. There's no way. Okay. Opinions of Steel comes out right here. So it's the same team comps. This time, initial placement changed for... Did it change? Okami's in the same spot he was in before. I don't know that initial placement changed. If this plays out, what would change? Like, wait, hold on. If both players put their people in the same spot, the only thing that would be different would be a potential reflex not going off. And I don't know that I felt like that was meaningful. So we'll see. I don't know. Black disagrees, and it's Black's team, so we'll see. So if this is the same as before, Bradley will move up. Uriel will now give herself courage and move next to him. So Indomitable Stance comes out. She'll go stand over there next to Bradley. Then we'll get a fast cast on Stern. And then now King Bradley, well, no, Stern will buff and move forward. There's his re-raise buff, which will later be removed by a jump from Lorenzo. Okay, now Bradley's going to move forward and chunk out the opposing Bradley, but not kill him. About,
deja vu here.
Yeah, deja vu all over again. Lorenzo's going to start casting haste on Bradley. Bradley's going to go kill his counterpart. Here it comes. Assault Blade, that's a kill. Same amount of damage and everything. So he's dead, and we are in exactly the same spot we were. Now, Murmur's going to begin casting Stonaga. Here it is. No, she goes Jamming Thrust this time. That's different. So Jamming Thrust, now that changes things. That procs Bradley's CT up. Okay, Uriel moves over, rends the heavens, hits them both. This is actually feeling worse for Black, in my opinion, because now Uriel is standing next to Bradley. So when Stern kills Bradley right here, Uriel is also going to take this damage. Oh boy. Limit Break comes out here. Courage popped from Bradley. Bradley's still alive. So, okay, wait a second. Maybe this is better. Calculated Ren comes out. Bradley kills Murmur this time. Gets his CT up proc. Will Bradley go again before? Yes, he will. He laps him. This is exactly what it is. He lapped. Okay, there it was. GG. We were wrong. Don't change anything, Black. Just put the same team back out there. And for some reason, different things happened. For some reason, different things happened. There we go. That was the Bradley full unlock. Maybe he gave him some more agility. Maybe he gave him something. I don't know what behind the scene changes went on there, but that was nuts. Somebody in chat is saying they would love to see Gargus come out. Long range wind mage. That could be big. Either way, Black, GG moving on to the finals to face off against I Am the Knight. So there's your best of 5 final setup. Oh boy.
I think if I was Okami there, I think the biggest mistake that Okami did was just running Bradley up. Same thing happened in every match. Bradley went up, didn't really do anything, died right after. So
yeah,
unfortunate. But maybe hindsight will show up. So
yep. Either way, 3 good matches right there. King Bradley's the man. I think that's the number 1 takeaway.
Osama. All right. So we're going to be actually throwing to a break here for about 10 minutes before we jump into the finals, which is going to be best of 5 this morning or this evening for those of you over on the other side of the pond in Europe. So yeah, we're going to be throwing to a break. 10 minutes. Go drink your coffees, pet your pets, and get a snack. We will see you very soon.
The moon and stars are divided by malicious intent, one that will call forth a radiance of destruction upon these lands.
What is that supposed to mean?
I cannot say for certain, my lord. I merely relay what the stars whisper to me.
War of the Visions, Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius.
Are unusual.
Does the prophecy foretell destiny? This is a tale of those who defy their fate. Battle system. The order of action is determined by speed, irrespective of alliance. The turn order of ally and enemy alike is displayed on the left. Units' move and jump values indicate their mobility on the field of battle. Knights and soldiers may not be adept at vertical movement, but their repeated physical attacks are a force to be reckoned with. Dragoons and thieves, on the other hand, can press the advantage on uneven terrain with their physical prowess. Strategize your timing and movements to claim victory. Jobs and abilities. Select from 3 jobs to set as a unit sub-job, thereby augmenting their main job with subcommands. The abilities available in battle will change depending on the sub-job set. Interaction with other players. Friends can lend you their aid on your journey. Hone your skills and prepare for the clashes to come.
My whole deal, yeah!
Those who rely solely on their eyes will overlook what is of true import. Should one choose to live on, even though one suffers in despair? Or should one seek death to afford one's soul its respite?
War of the Visions, Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius. Now available.
This unbearable, insufferable noise. But it won't be long now. The world we seek will soon be upon us.
I thrive on the silence of the darkness's sweet embrace. I suppose you can call me the Dark Witch lurking in the deep abyss.
Don't be like that, Raffi.
Finding someone in this crowded place is like finding a needle in a haystack.
What? You mean they tricked us?
They're the ones who are meant to be our foes.
O endless void, awaken.
It's our duty, okay? Don't interfere. The dark craving for blood and destruction that rests in my accursed left hand. I grow unable to restrain it. Yes, yes.
The moon and stars are divided by malicious intent. One that will call forth a radiance of destruction upon these lands.
What is that supposed to mean?
I cannot say for certain, my lord. I merely relay what the stars whisper to me.
War of the Visions, Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius.
Are unusual.
Does the prophecy foretell destiny? This is a tale of those who defy their fate. Battle system. The order of action is determined by speed, irrespective of alliance. The turn order of ally and enemy alike is displayed on the left. Units' move and jump values indicate their mobility on the field of battle. Knights and soldiers may not be adept at vertical movement, but their repeated physical attacks are a force to be reckoned with. Dragoons and thieves, on the other hand, can press the advantage on uneven terrain with their physical prowess. Strategize your timing and movements to claim victory. Jobs and abilities. Select from 3 jobs to set as a unit sub-job, thereby augmenting their main job with subcommands. The abilities available in battle will change depending on the sub-job set. Interaction with other players. Friends can lend you their aid on your journey. Hone your skills and prepare for the clashes to come.
Can I hold still? Yeah!
Those who rely solely on their eyes will overlook what is of true import. Should one choose to live on, even though one suffers in despair? Or should one seek death to afford one's soul its respite?
War of the Visions, Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius. Now available.
This unbearable, insufferable noise. But it won't be long now. The world we seek will soon be upon us.
I thrive on the silence of the darkness's sweet embrace. I suppose you can call me the Dark Witch lurking in the deep abyss.
Don't be like that, Raffi.
Finding someone in this crowded place is like finding a needle in a haystack.
What? You mean they tricked us?
They're the ones who are meant to be our foes.
O endless void, awaken.
It's our duty, okay? Don't interfere. The dark craving for blood and destruction that rests in my accursed left hand. I grow unable to restrain it. Yes, yes.
The moon and stars are divided by malicious intent. One that will call forth a radiance of destruction upon these lands.
What is that supposed to mean?
I cannot say for certain, my lord. I merely relay what the stars whisper to me.
War of the Visions. Final Fantasy. Brave EXVIUS.
Are unusual.
Does the prophecy foretell destiny? This is a tale of those who defy their fate. Battle system. The order of action is determined by speed, irrespective of alliance. The turn order of ally and enemy alike is displayed on the left. Units' move and jump values indicate their mobility on the field of battle. Knights and soldiers may not be adept at vertical movement, but their repeated physical attacks are a force to be reckoned with. Dragoons and thieves, on the other hand, can press the advantage on uneven terrain with their physical prowess. Strategize your timing and movements to claim victory. Jobs and abilities. Select from 3 jobs to set as a unit sub-job, thereby augmenting their main job with subcommands. The abilities available in battle will change depending on the sub-job set. Interaction with other players.
Hello everybody, we are back with some War of the Visions, Final Fantasy Brave EXVIUS PvP Championship PvP 2023 for the Hourne Cup. We've had some very exciting matches so far. We've seen a strong presence from King Bradley, and some actual lower cost units such as Phoebe and some other ones have been shining very bright during this auto tournament. It's been pretty great.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're actually in the finals. So we're going to be taking a look at those matches here very shortly. But just to sort of summarize where we are right now, we are going to have I Am the Knight against Black. And they're going to be dueling for the first place winner of the Hourne Cup. Yes, some exciting matches to come.
I really want to see one of these players force the other player off of King Bradley. Like, do not let King Bradley come out here and just run you over 3 times. Force him off of it.
Indeed. We also will be having an interview with both of these participants after the conclusion of the finals matches. That will be exciting as well.
We'll ask him all the really hard questions. Like, why did you pick King Bradley? Why did you decide to give vision cards to your group that enhanced his abilities? And why did you win? Oh, King Bradley? Oh, he was the answer to all 3 of those questions? Ah, okay.
So if you're listening to us, participants, get your mics ready. Because sometimes it's a little difficult to hear what's going on.
Oh, yes. Sometimes I'll have people join my live streams, just for any reason or another. And it's always like, sometimes people join and their camera is nice. They got a working mic and it's just this pleasant experience. And sometimes people join and their camera's awful. Their mic doesn't work. And I'm like, I told you could be here. So I guess, oh my gosh. Anyway,
we're diving in here. I think I've said that probably about 10 or 12 times already, but we're going to be jumping on in here.
It's similar to a dive.
Yes.
Yeah.
You like diving? When I was a kid and I would jump off diving boards, I'd be scared to death.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Diving off a diving board, so great. I say that like I do it all the time. I have not gone off a diving board in probably 4 years. But
4? Okay,
given the
it's
opportunity,
been about 20 for me, but that's cool. You know, I will say, because summer's coming up here for, maybe it already started. I don't know. Maybe you're on summer
It started
break
for
already.
us, yes.
But I will say, I used to live in an area that actually had seasons, and summer break coming, and then going to like the community pool during summer. That was peak childhood.
It was. Well, if you live in a smaller town, you can get away with just like walking there. Like you just walk wherever, ride your bike or something. And so that was a lot of my summer breaks.
For sure. You know, I don't know if it's like this around other places in the country, but around here, every single kid now has like a 40-mile-an-hour e-bike.
No, I've seen 0 of those in my whole life.
The whole state has one. I see probably 50 a day, and that's not hyperbole.
That's okay. So then I guess I'll see some here in a couple of weeks.
Oh,
now,
yeah,
speaking of something different, I Am the Knight goes for Dwayne. This is the first Dwayne sighting we've seen all day. Dwayne is in a great spot. Dwayne does his job right now, I think, as good as he's done his job since he came out. Now, when he came out, that was King Bradley levels of Dwayne. We're just going to see regular levels of Dwayne. At 3,300 attack, he's probably paired with another physical unit. But with 1,700 magic, it could be that other physical unit is like a higher damage tank, or it could be a support. It could be Dwayne Sephiroth something, but that's a very low attack value for Dwayne Sephiroth something. We'll see. Dwayne might be running like more of a full tank build here, trying to just out tank the Bradley, which is something very hard to do. It looks like that's going to be the case. So it's Dwayne Sephiroth Phoebe as the first attempt to dethrone the, look, I'm going to call it right now. Black's going 3-0 with this Lorenzo Bradley team.
Okay.
If he is not pushed off of it, he will go 3-0 with this team. That could be the worst prediction in esports history, or it could be the best prediction in esports history. But I just don't see him. I just don't see it losing. Anyway, Dwayne's going to try. He does give himself defense piercing right up and begins moving towards the enemy. Nice move there from Dwayne. The Keen Blade onto Bradley. This time, nope. That Keen Blade only hit Bradley. And we're going to get a quickened Dwayne right here. So this is I Am the Knight's answer. Is he says, look, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to interrupt all of this buffing that Bradley is doing by just throwing Dwayne all the way forward. Now, Bradley is still allowed to get both of his self buffs off, but Dwayne is in range of Lorenzo, which means Lorenzo won't be dropping that haste. So if haste is the final piece to the endless turn Bradley puzzle, I don't think Lorenzo's going to be able to do that. Instead, he's going to be jumping at Dwayne. This will debuff Dwayne into oblivion. Like, it'll remove all of these buffs that Dwayne's been giving himself, but still, he did it. He tanked that pretty well, and Bradley's going to just have to hit him without haste, and Dwayne lived. Like, Dwayne is down to about half HP, and with a healer backing him up, is Dwayne the answer? Now, if Dwayne jumps right here and ends up dodging his own... Okay, no. It said he removes the courage from Bradley. Hey, has the answer this whole time been just run Dwayne? Yep, the answer was run Dwayne. Hey, you want to hear the worst prediction in esports history? It's the one I just made.
It's not
about
over yet.
It's not... Okay, you're right. Urel's going to come out here in 3v1, 100% HP Dark Team. Good job, Urel. Now you only need to do that 4 more times before they go. Uh-oh. Here comes a quicken channel from Phoebe. It's perfectly timed. Sephiroth's going to go Hell's Gate. There's 7,100 of Urel's remaining HP. Dwayne, finish this off because you need to. Absolute terror. Dwayne was the answer. Okay, so that's how you do it. You send Dwayne all the way forward. He goes up there, knocks courage off Bradley. So that way, there's no way Bradley's going to pop that CT up, courage, do his CT up moves, and get away with just constantly... That was great. So mad props right there to the dark duo of Dwayne Sephiroth. Okay, now you have to change. You have to change. The Dwayne trade.
Yeah,
I think that's what Justin is doing.
Yeah.
The Dwayne terrain.
That's right. It's coming. Coming in hot.
Okay, I loved everything about that. Like, I'm so happy to be wrong just to see the same. Like, I did not want to see that team go 3-0. Look, I mean, I'd have been happy for the guy for winning. That's cool. I said you built the best team. I still think that's the best team we've seen. But, you got to go something else now. You're not allowed to do that again, Black.
Like, it wasn't even close. There wasn't like, oh, there was a lucky proc. It was, everybody had full HP, tons of AP. Everybody was good to go.
Yeah. I think the lowest HP person was like Dwayne at 60% at the end of that.
Yeah, and he still had his LB and everything.
Yeah. He could have healed himself. Not that his courage removing skill, and I believe I'm right about this. Now, it's been a while since I've shoutcasted a Dwayne match, but I think that his courage removal skill also has disable attached to it. It didn't land right there, if I'm right. Eternal Darkness breaks physical barriers for target. No, it does not. Yeah, his courage removal. Hold on. Where was he getting courage removal from? Was that buffed to him? Was that a TMR buff thing? He used Absolute Terror. Absolute Terror. Huh.
Right. Going in the next room, actually.
It's his vision card. It's his. That's why I couldn't buy. Okay, yeah, load into the next one. His vision card skill. That's right. That's why I was having trouble connecting those dots. It looks the same as his disabling move, I believe. I think that's probably what threw me off. Or I'm just giving myself an excuse. But anyway, Meeting in the Moonlight is the name of the vision card. It's a Human Killer 30 VC with AoE resist on it that has a move that dispels courage. And the vision card is a job-based vision card that works with Sephiroth. So a very potent combo right here. Now, Black's attack magic values changed a little bit going into this next fight. I Am the Knight has switched to Alphonse. If there's a unit that I think, okay, a unit that has overperformed expectations today, it's Alphonse, right? Yep, I think so. I did not expect to see him much at all, and instead he's been all over the place and performing really well. So that's I Am the Knight's answer. I gotta say though, Black, the attack value on Black's team is higher. It was 3,300, I believe, last time. Now, or no, wait, I'm sorry. I have them backwards. Black is the one running Sephiroth this time. I Am the Knight changes off his Dwayne Sephiroth team, anticipating that Black is going to counter. Oh, okay. So we got some, five-dimensional chess going on here between the players. Let's see which one of them big-brained the other person and which one of them big-brained themselves, because I could definitely be blamed for trying some things that I think are really smart and ends up that my opponent is smarter than me sometimes. So one of them is going to have that happen.
I like it when things get really switched up, so this is exciting.
Absolutely. Somebody in chat earlier was wanting to see Gargus. I could see that coming out. Like in a match 5, if a Bradley team's running everything over, Gargus. Okay, so here we go. For I Am the Knight, we are going to get the Brothers Alchemist plus Phoebe. We've seen this team before. It's really good. It's against King Bradley, which, again, there's like lore happening here, right? King Bradley versus the Alchemist brothers. This is a great matchup in terms of like getting to see how that played out in the anime. So that's cool. Alphonse with elemental advantage against Bradley will be nice for him. But again, it's King Bradley. It's Bradley, Sephiroth, Leela. This is another team that we've seen today. Alphonse going to catch the Quicken. He has one of his buffs online, but not the other. There it is. So he gets expertise in alchemist stuff. That's going to put him into full tank mode. He doesn't have his HP buff online, but that's definitely like backup tank mode buff, right? Like you're not counting on him giving himself that like 500 or 600 more HP or whatever it is. Okay, there's Protect coming on for Edward. Edward might play a bigger role in this one. There's not an... He will have elemental advantage against Bradley, and if he's allowed to hit him, that could be a big deal. This could be a match where Sephiroth is the big carry instead of Bradley. We'll see. Calculated Rin comes out, does respectable damage in the counter element matchup, and will chain nicely with Telluric Fury from Sephiroth, but Bradley actually outdamaged Sephiroth right there. Quicken onto Al, so he's going to get to hit everybody with this move. Here come the Alchemist brothers. Boulder Blockade, big chunk of damage onto the enemy team. And now we will get strike chaining with Edward, Pillar of Transmutation, and that's a big burst of the courage from Bradley. Now, his CT up procs, which will put him before Phoebe, he's going to calculate and rend. He does not kill anyone. In fact, Edward took almost nothing from that. What's Phoebe going to do? Can she get a heal off in time? She can. Curata onto Al, 5391, puts him back to about half HP. Leela's turn next. Leela will go silencing spell, silences everybody, so no more spells from Phoebe. She's effectively removed from the fight, and it will build chain with whatever Bradley and Sephiroth are about to do. Now, Bradley, out of range and out of AP, will have to just pop poise. Hell's Gate from Sephiroth comes out, big damage, Phoebe's dead, but the Alchemist brothers are alive, and it's their turn, and everybody's grouped. Here we go. Alphonse is next. I am the knight. What do you got, Al? Transmute some people here. We're thinking Boulder Blockade. There it is. Down goes the tank. So Leela's out, but the two carries are still in there. Twisting Shield Breaker comes out. Big damage. Courage removed. That's a double kill. Sephiroth dead. Yes, that's a double kill. No, Sephiroth has re-raised. Okay, but it's Sephiroth's turn. Can he do it? Paralyzing Edge comes out. He does kill Ed, but he does not kill Al. The unit that we said, he just punches him. Al just says, how dare you kill my brother, Sephiroth? Punches him in the back of the head. GG, I am the knight gets the win. It is a 2-0 advantage in the best of 5 for I am the knight. Alchemist Brothers team, let's go. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that was very impressive. He switched his dominating team up and still won. Kind of funny because, you know, Black switched to the team that just kind of destroyed him a little bit. And then, not really, but, you know, had a Sephiroth there.
Yeah, I feel like Black just went power, right? He just went Bradley, Sephiroth. He's just like, I'm just going to just brute force this. And it, to be fair, it almost worked. Like, it was very close to working.
You know, one thing that I will say about the FMA collab is I like how it was designed. I think it really shook up the game. Strike, not a super popular type.
Right.
Both of the units are not dark or light, and I'm talking about Ed and Al. Neither of them are dark and light. So there's some weird mix of elements going on. They're both strike, and they both share a lot of VCs. They're on each other's VCs and everything. So I think the way that the collab was designed, I think it really did put them into a really good position to really shine.
Oh, I agree. And I think the fact that they... Okay, so it did another thing too. Like the FMA collab brought Earth to the forefront. It brought Strike. Yeah, it was... You're right. That was... As far as design choice goes for like game meta shift, it's a big collab. Because Dark has still got Sephiroth, so players are still playing Dark. We saw Dark win the first, round of this. Now, if you are Black,
somebody said it's going to be 3-0, but the opposite of what he said.
Yeah, I might just be completely wrong. Yeah,
but I don't know.
Koju knows.
Interesting.
Koju knows. Yeah.
So this is how do they say that in tennis? Match point.
Match point. Yep.
We're at match point here. 2-0. So if I am the knight picks up another win, he will be the winner.
Now, both players have already earned their way into the finals in December, correct?
That's correct.
Because I said that live during the last manual tournament, but I forgot that in manual it's only first. In auto, it's first and second. So that's my bad. And whoever I told that made it and didn't make it, my apologies. I was not trying to trick you.
I
tricked myself. Yeah. To be fair, it was the middle of the night. Like 3 a.m. or something. 4 a.m. I don't know.
But that person does have another chance to, because there's a second chance tournaments in it.
Right. So they did qualify for that.
Yes.
As far out, I'm out here lying to you. Okay. Black has gone back to he went back to Bradley. I mean, I can't fault him. If Bradley's your best character and you're in the finals, just do it. Just go. Now, I am the knight might be running the same team again. Might just say, I'm going to try to go 2-0 with the Alchemist boys and run it over. So far, the good people from Full Metal Alchemist have beat the bad guy from Full Metal Alchemist. That's not a guaranteed result, though, because when we talk about King Bradley, he's got this counter move called the Ultimate Eye. If you don't know what that is, it's a reflex. Now, it's only a 15% proc chance. Like, it's not one of those, like super high proc chances, like 30 or 60 or 70 that you see with some people. Like his preemptive counterattack. What's the chance of his preemptive counterattack? It's like 80% or something crazy like that. He does have reflex. So, if we don't have reflex blocking things enabled for I Am the Knight, there is a chance, especially if the match is as close as the last one was, that a clutch reflex turned things around. However, if you if that's what it is the Lorenzo team. It's the Lorenzo team. Okay, here we go. Full Metal Alchemist Brothers versus Mono Earth Super Speed Bradley. Now, I will say this. Black's setup this time is as far back as it can be. He really wants this Bradley to get that haste. With the Dwayne Quicken thing, Dwayne was able to interrupt that. He got Lorenzo to start doing damage to him, which is not what Lorenzo wanted to do. All of the above. The thing here is you do have Edward. Edward is going to love hitting every single target on this Earth team. Ed is alive for this. This is what he was born for. And Al out here with Lightning Element, well, he's not born for this, but we saw before he tanked it pretty well. So there's the second self buff from Bradley. Bradley's ready to go as far as self buffs. And with Lorenzo being as far back as he is, he will be out of range and able to cast that first haste. So we will see final form Bradley, unless the Quicken goes off before Lorenzo's turn, which it will not. There's 2,200 damage from Uriel onto Alphonse. Here's Lorenzo channeling his haste. Phoebe's going to go first. It's going to be Quicken onto Al. So Al going to go in there and start putting out some DPS. He will probably just target Uriel. Yeah, he's going to go Stone Enclosure on her. So do a little Earth Alchemy here. Pretty decent damage considering the elemental lineup right there. About 3,000. Does land the slow. So there's a little bit of RNG involved right there. Limit breaks tend to land their status effects though. So it's not super RNG. Now, CT up from Bradley plus the haste. When is his next turn? Right now. So here we go. It's lap everybody Bradley. He hits the entire team, gives himself CT up, but he doesn't kill anybody. And here comes Edward. Wall breaker. 8,300 damage, haste remove right there onto Bradley. Uriel does get her CT up procced, but it's going to be Phoebe first. She moves back. She's going to Cura, heal everybody a little bit. Al's turn next. He could have killed Uriel. Instead, he pops Bradley's Courage, which plays right into Bradley's hand because his CT goes up. So here comes the Earth units. Big attack right there, chunks everybody out, sets him up for Bradley. How much AP does Bradley have? 69. That's plenty. He's going to be able to do calculated rend. This will kill Phoebe, but not quite Al. The Cura from Phoebe was in time, and Al's tankiness is legendary at this point. How does this man continue to survive everything thrown at him? Okay, Edward's turn. Both units have already had their courage propped. There's the transmutation pillar, removes both. Oh man, that is a double kill. It is Lorenzo versus 2, and one of those 2 is a wind element carry. What do you got, Lorenzo? You do have haste. That's working for you. You're going to jump. Probably Al's dead. And Lorenzo's in the air, which means he can't get hit. But the AoE resist. Watch Al live through this because of the AoE resist. Yep, Al lived because of the AoE resist. The move would have killed him, I think. But that much. Okay, but then he kills him anyway. Lorenzo doing what he can. Counter attack right here from Ed. Equivalent exchange. Oh boy, that's a chunk. Followed by the fist. That's another chunk, and that is GG. I Am the Knight with the clean 3-0 sweep over Black. Black had a team that was running over everybody, and I Am the Knight just said, if I can beat that, I think I can take this. And he did. Awesome team building. I loved the Dwayne Sephiroth team. We'll get to talk to both of them about their team comps here in a little bit. Either way, GG. Congratulations. GG. I Am the Knight.
He said, good night. I am the knight. I am the winner. Sit tight. Don't fight.
Keep it rolling. Keep it going.
I don't know. Everything will be all right because I am the knight.
Yeah, I liked it.
But yes, very, very good showcase. FMA first and foremost during this entire tournament, and it was shining brightly. This was a very good display of how those two brothers really work together. So, yes.
Oh man. And they work together to like beat Bradley, which was cool. Like Bradley is the raid, like that's not even a meme. Like Bradley's the biggest raid boss in the game right now. I feel like he's the guy that like you just lean into, and we even saw him plus Sephiroth get beat by the brothers. Ooh, Alchemy brothers feeling good. No, this was 240 cost. There was a cost limit here.
Yeah.
So let's hold the phone on calling it the most OP combo of units in the game, but or 240 cost.
But you know,
hey,
this
when's
is
our
an
next cost limited Guild Wars?
It I think we had this auto battle tournament really kind of shows, you know, the newest units are not always the most important ones. Like we saw a Urel coming out quite a bit.
Yeah.
And she came out, you know, sometime last year, towards the end of the year, and a lot of people kind of slept on her. She had a good
and here's your newest 4 units: Vega, Kefka, Reagan, Winged Stern.
Yep.
Kefka was in there once and lost. We didn't get to see that fight. Winged Stern did not perform great. All 4, those are the 4 units that came after the Full Metal Alchemist collab. So the latest collab that wasn't a rerun, you know, Kefka is new, but part of a collaboration reissue, right? Yeah, the latest collab dominated, and we didn't even get to see Roy for some reason. He was played once. Then, yeah, you're right. After that, Perrine was prominent a little bit today, but you're at what? 13 units ago for her?
Yeah.
15?
And
yeah,
Phoebe
she's
is somebody
15.
that came out at the beginning of the game, and she's always had a showcase during a lot of these matches.
Phoebe has been cost limited goddess since the game, right? Those quickens, all of that. Yeah, she was on show tonight. Leela was a original release unit. I mean, all SR units are OG units. We have not. That would be something that would be cool to see at some point, is new SR units.
Yeah, I agree.
I would love that. We did get a new in unit with Slime, and that's been a big deal. Like, people use Slime all the time. We're a little too high on the cost for him this time, but our rarity units are kind of bad. Like, I don't think you're going to see too many of those, but SR units are totally viable, as we saw today. I would love to see a couple new SR units in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was even cool seeing Slime come out, you know, an N unit. That was pretty interesting. Hopefully we see some more in the future.
Agreed. All right, I believe they are getting Black and I Am the Knight into the interview rooms.
Interview. Always interesting. It's, you know, like one of the previous interviews that we did, they were like, I didn't even expect to win. They ended up being the winner.
Okay, who do we want to interview first?
Looks like we're going to be interviewing I Am the Knight, yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Grand winner here, so I don't know if they're ready or they're waiting for us.
They said tournament manager said we can do interviews when you want. Should we jump into the interview room and await them?
That's what I was wondering as well. So yeah, let's do that. Remember, mute yourself on our little
otherwise
Zoom
you guys hear
call
me
here.
twice, and that would be annoying.
All right, switching over. Right. So hopefully we don't sound too weird. All right. Oh, really? Well, I sound the same on stream here because my mic is just injected directly into OBS. Yeah. They're saying your volume's gone? Oh, I see, because we haven't switched over. Here we go. Sorry, that's my mistake. I was waiting for the other person to join. That was my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think my mic is working now.
Yeah, you're
or
good.
my mic was always working. We were in the wrong scene.
Yes, that was my fault. I'm sorry. All right. Oh, he joined. Hello, are you there?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hello.
Hey, congratulations on your win first off.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. It was very fun.
Wait, I just noticed something. I am the knight. I was thinking the whole time like darkness, you know, like element. You mean Batman, don't you?
Whoa,
Yeah, it's a Batman meme.
that's copyrighted. We can't say that.
Oh, okay. I mean, you mean that like the dude who dressed. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Scratch that from the official.
Not that guy. Some other guy.
Yeah, some other guy.
All right. Anyway. Getting back on track here. So, congratulations on your win. Did you just have any thoughts about it? First off, anything you wanted to comment?
Oh man,
on
I just want to say you guys do a great job hosting this and making this a very fun kind of event to participate in. So really appreciate that and what you guys do to help this particular game. It's fun to play. A lot of different combos you could play with. A lot of time you could spend kind of mocking up some of this stuff. So appreciate all y'all support.
Oh, thank you.
That's very kind. I didn't expect to get so humbled here, but anyway. So about your performance. You had a really strong showing of the FMA brothers, as Auronnj was saying. So, yeah, that was really great. I think they really performed probably better than a lot of people expected.
Yeah, let's see how that translates to guild battle, right?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, take the cost limit off. Is it as good? I don't know. But it was beating good stuff. Like, it wasn't beating a bunch of like scrub teams.
Yeah. I mean, just a lot of fun. I think knowing that kind of Earth was so prevalent, trying to prepare a little bit for it, and still be able to prepare for other things. Kind of like a do-it-all type of team. Took a while to get there, but trying out different things, and I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
Never know the results, right, till you try.
Did you expect Al to be that good?
He's a great tank, man.
Man, that surprised me.
Yeah, like I think his AI is really good, right? He self-prioritizes a barrier for himself, which like even Sephiroth and other kind of players kind of do like these group buffs, and the AI gets all over the place. But if you build him right, I think he could be very strong, very high AOE resist. Which is kind of kind of very prevalent in the gameplay today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So you actually were running a dark team. So what made you run the Dwayne, and then what made you switch off of that?
Yeah, I mean, I played dark as my main. It's kind of what my forte is, and I at least wanted to show him for him, right? He's a great character. I think he brings a lot of utility to the table. And if he could wombo combo with Sephiroth, basically take out the re-raise and the courage and some of the other units have, it's usually pretty useful.
So you had a clean sweep, and then you switched. So what prompted you to switch?
It's all mind games, man. You ever play poker, right? You got to see. Like I came out with that because I didn't know if they're going to come out with an Earth comp at first. So I'm like, hey, I have a comp that might be able to do a little bit against Earth. Didn't really know how it was going to go, to be honest with you. He had a very strong team. So wanted to kind of try that out, and was going to fall back to some of the other teams. But when I saw the Earth comp come out, and then I was like, okay, by now I know he's going to probably switch to something else. So I went back to a strike team to try to see if I could, get something that was generically good, right?
Well, it worked out. It worked out very well.
All right, I got a question for you. I believe was your only loss to that Auronnj Ice team?
No, actually, I think in the first, bracket or second one, I think I lost once. I think I had 2 losses throughout this tournament.
Did you expect to lose to an Auronnj?
Did not, to be honest with you, man. But that's the beauty of this game, right? Like you could put together different combinations, and it's very hard to kind of plan for everything.
Right.
So you could get probably about 80% there. Hopefully that does the job, right? And of course RNG comes into it a lot and stuff, right?
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah. I was waiting for like a clutch Bradley reflex, especially in that last fight. I was like, here it comes. I could just feel it. It's coming. And then no, he never did. So were you running like reaction block rate runes or anything like that?
Yeah, so I think reaction block rate on the runes, and then the vision cards are pretty helpful. But I was really surprised, to be honest with you, because I don't have full reaction block. But the amount of less RNG that I saw, it was just purely kind of like turn by turn strategy.
Yeah.
I did not expect that, to be honest with you. I honestly thought there would have been more. But yeah, I didn't see much reflex. I didn't see because usually you play him in Guild Battle or something like that. This guy will go like reflex twice in a row, and you're like, ah, crap.
Yep.
Yeah, so anybody that you maybe want to give a shout out to, somebody that helped you out, your guild, anything like that?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Reincarnation Guild. Shout out to Visipore Guild. Shout out to Hiso, who helped me get my damage up. That's a joke. He probably will understand. So, it's a lot of great players, a lot of great people in this community. Appreciate all my guild members and all the folks that kind of helped out.
Awesome.
Cool. So hopefully you've set aside time for the finals in December. That'll be pretty exciting. And you get an in-game, or you get a trophy as well that you display.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Cool. Well, do you have any final comments that you want to make before we close out this interview?
Hey, keep doing what you guys are doing, man. Auronnj, keep putting out those videos, man. Great stuff.
Thank you.
Helping out with all the, where to spend your Visior and stuff, right? I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I'll keep them coming.
Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you very much. Of course,
thank
and
you.
congratulations again.
All right.
All right, thank you very much. So next up, we're going to be doing an interview with Black.
Yep.
His thoughts.
Man, I am like, there's this part of me, and I don't have my account in front of me right now, but there's a part of me that just wants to go build Al.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, I didn't expect you to say that, but he mentioned he said, I wonder if it's going to be strong in guild battle. And something that I've seen in guild battles a lot is Ed, Al, and Perrine. The three of them have been showing up quite a bit. I don't think that they work on her VC, unfortunately, but she's on all of theirs.
Okay. Yeah, the
like
cards are
on
hard to
VC.
sort sometimes. So
yeah, just waiting for him to join here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Ties of the Bonds of Brotherhood is such an insane card. And they're all three on it. Like that by itself ties them together. Oh my gosh.
So I've been thinking about running that in guild battle. I just don't really lately with like collabs and stuff like that. I just don't know who I want to work on. So I just kind of have everybody around level 80 or 90, and then I have like 700, 800 Mind Sphere.
Makes sense. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, we're just waiting for Black to get moved into the channel.
Yep. All right, they're here. Hello, Black. Hope you're doing well.
Hello.
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 All right.
Congratulations on your second place win for the Hourne Cup. You're going to be qualified for the tournament in December, the finals in December. So congratulations.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you very much. It was very, very good tournament. A lot of hard battles.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. So yeah, you made it all the way to second place. That's pretty good. Did you have any thoughts on maybe what you would have done differently, or maybe something you didn't expect to happen?
Well, I thought in building another team, I was waiting for a wind team because I was using Bradley Earth so much, but I'm surprised that there wasn't a wind team. But what I would do different is thinking about how to deal with this strike meta, because this strike meta is really hard.
Yeah, for sure. Did you expect that Al to sort of tank everything and then some?
Honestly, not at all. When you see, oh, it's a lightning, oh, he's not gonna take the earth. You're wrong.
Yeah.
So, I think some people underestimate it all, but when you see he's in action, well built, like he was today, You just see how good the character is.
Yeah, it was really impressed. Like Al was my MVP of like the secret MVP of this tournament. I thought was Al.
Yeah, for sure. You had a strong showcase. But you know what? Earth also had a really strong showing, and you were really focused on the Earth as well. So, congratulations.
Oh yeah, that King Bradley team with the Lorenzo was particularly impressive. Like I thought that again, my ultimate prediction was that team 3-0s the finals, and then the complete opposite of that happened. But did you build Lorenzo just for this tournament, or did you have Lorenzo built and you just were able to come in with him anyway?
No, actually, as it was a main Earth theme, I was thinking which Asar was going to reincarnate. So I wasn't going to do Mount because Baello is just coming up, right? So Baello is gonna put Mount by the side. It's gonna be much better. I believe Baello is gonna be much better than Mount. So I chose Lorenzo to do the reincarnations, and it paid off. It was a lot. It's being very good, even in limited, even in other parts of the game.
That's a bold prediction. That Bilo will overthrow Mont as the cost limited tank for now. I do like Balo's 140 or however you say it probably is going to be good. I don't know what it is yet, you know, because of reasons, but yeah. Okay. SR units are cheap too. That's the other thing. For like cost limited, if you can get away with an SR unit, that's going to be great. The Knight buffs have been good with that AoE resist. So yeah, maybe you're onto something right there with Bilo being the guy. I hope so.
Indeed. All right. So is there anybody that you wanted to give a shout out to? Anything like that?
No, just want to shout out to the guild, to the XVR, and congratulate you on all the organization from the tournament. We were missing that. I believe a good competition with live and everything else. You guys rock and narrating the fights. So that's awesome. We need more of that.
Thank you.
Indeed, Auronnj does a very good job.
I feel like we're getting better too. Like every aspect, we had to practice a lot before the first one, and before this one, we were like, we know what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Like we're yeah. So we are getting better at this as well. And to go along with that, I'll just extend that to we have referees, and you know, Black, because you were talking to them today probably, but we have the referees watching every single fight in the tournament besides just the ones that are live on stream. There was, you know, so we try to make it as fair as possible. And I think they all do a great job. So shout out to them as well.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Yeah. Do you have any final comments or something? It kind of sounds like you're in a mall or something.
Actually, no. That was good. Look, I have to digest a little bit of the loss, but I'm happy that all the fights and all the fun, that was awesome. That's it.
Well, even though you came in second place, you still qualify for the World Championship in December. So that's going to
sure. Perhaps I could get my revenge, right?
Yes.
Yes. Indeed. All right, cool. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to meet with us today. And of course, congratulations on your win and joining the tournament. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See ya.
Cool.
Congrats, Black. See ya.
All right, cool. Let's switch on over.
Okay. Now back to loud microphone mode.
Oh, yes. Good. All right. Yes, this has been a pretty awesome tournament that we've had here today. Pretty strong showing from the final, I almost said final Alchemist collaboration. Full Metal Alchemist collaboration. And very strong showing from all of the participants today. So congratulations to everybody. There's also 26 people that we did not see on stream that participated today. So shout out to them and thank you for taking the time to join that tournament as well. So just to show the bracket here one last time. So we have the first place winner as I Am the Knight. No reference to anything, just like that name, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just I don't know. I must have made up some weird thing.
But yeah, so few other things that I wanted to cover here before we close out the Hourne Cup. So let's just go right through them. So to recap the prizes, take a look here. All right, and yes, I will show the keyword again. I've seen a couple questions about it.
Yeah.
So to recap the prizes here, we've got our first place winner, which is I Am the Knight, getting the Achiever of Glory 2023 title. Gets a place in the World Finals and a Discord title. We had the interview, of course, and then the trophy as well down there on the bottom. And second place, Black, in-game title, a place in the World Finals. And yeah, pretty awesome stuff. Pretty strong showing, and they're going to get their t-shirts as well. Maybe they'll wear them while they participate in the December World Championship.
Yeah.
The shirts are very large, though.
They are big. I have one. It's big. Yeah.
Indeed. All right. So moving on here, let's go over the viewer rewards, or the viewership rewards. So these are our viewer rewards. These are going to be available for everybody, assuming that we can hit these views. So this is going to happen for 10 days after the conclusion of this live stream. So on June 20th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, that's game time, so that's about an hour before reset. We will be, no, that's not true, that is reset. Sorry. These prizes will be available to everybody, so share the video, watch the video, show your mom, dad the video, everything else, and let's get these rewards out to everybody. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Also, we have keyword campaign that I know a lot of people have been so eager to see, and
I'm typing the keyword into both chats.
That is very nice. We're also on Facebook, so I just wanted to shout out to Facebook as well, people out there watching. But anyway, so this is the keyword, so you're going to go ahead and type that in the form that, or you could copy paste it from Mr. Auronnj here, put that in the form. We'll get those sent out within the next 2 weeks. If you were watching the live stream 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago? Maybe it was 3 weeks ago. Anyway, if you're watching the live stream, then those rewards will hopefully be sent out this week, so stay tuned for that. So 200 potential scrolls of vicissitude coming your way for your units. Awesome, that's a lot. All right, and another shout out. I'm doing a bunch of shout outs here because I want you guys to get all the rewards possible. Let's switch over to the Discord information here. All right, so for the Discord, please join the Discord, scan the QR code with your smartphone, and once we hit these milestone members, everybody will get these rewards. Pretty awesome. Please join. Give you guys a moment.
I need those antlers, the 3 URs. I need them.
For sure.
I'm out. How am I going to get my owl to 140 with no rainbow antlers?
Oh, you don't even have him. Do you have him at 120 at least?
Yes, he's at 120. Well, I can 120. I don't think I've done it, but he's, I have all the spheres, the mind spheres and shards and stuff. So I'm ready to do it. I just need to. I haven't pulled the trigger since I can't 140 him.
All right.
Yep.
Well, that is going to do it for us today. Let me just make sure I checked all the boxes as far as mentioning. Oh yes, there is a survey in the official Discord's opinion box channel. So join the Discord that I just mentioned, head over there and drop your opinion so we can take a look at it, parse it, spreadsheet it, do everything else that we need to do with that. And your opinions and everything are very valuable to us, so please share your thoughts. That would be amazing. So check the Discord server, specifically opinion box channel.
Yep.
All right.
I will vote as well.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Every vote matters.
Every vote matters. But hey, if you do have something, like, we do read the comments in there. You can comment in there, and especially if you say something, we will we take it into consideration, like, seriously.
Indeed. Very true. A couple other things here before we close out. So the manual battle tournament, the Rundal Cup, is going to be the next one, and the registrations for that is going to come up in a week on June 17th Pacific time. So check the Discord, get ready to get registered. That will be an interesting one. You know, everybody loves Jaden's. A tournament based off of him will be fun. So yes, that, like I said, that's going to be on June 17th. So join the Discord and get ready to sign up for that. That is going to be a manual battle tournament. And then we'll be doing the live stream from the semifinals. I think that should be everything. So yes, it was a very great showing today, and you did a very good job casting, of course, as always, Mr. Auronnj. So thank you for taking your time on your Saturday for joining us today.
You did a great job on the analyst desk today, Justin.
Oh, thank you. But yes, it is. I'm hot. I'm sweating a little bit, and I'm hungry.
Yes, hungry. Yeah.
I hope that everybody out there enjoys the rest of their weekend. And thank you very much for tuning into the War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Championship 2023 Hourne Cup. We will see you in July for the live stream of the Rundal Cup. Yes.
Yep.
Thank you very much for joining, everybody. We will see you in the next. Bye.